Welcome to the channel and welcome to 8th edition Warhammer 40k. It's 4,000 points. It's Word Bearers versus Grey Knights and Space Marines. The Great Rift has ripped open the galaxy, and the Word Bearers from the Forge World Galmech are here. They are rampaging across this sector, converting as many people as they can, building demon engines, and the snowball of their force, their army, their armada is growing and growing and growing, and the Grey Knights are here to shut them down. A Grey Knight strike force has been sent. The 13th are in the neighbourhood, so they've been ordered directly by the Primarch himself, Lord Guilliman, to assist the Grey Knights, and it's big. It's 4,000 points of big. We're going to be playing the Maelstrom of War Battle Report Cleanse and Capture. That's the one where you get 3 cards a turn every turn, and we're going to descend into the heart of this battle grid. The Word Bearers have got this table edge up here. It's going to be hammer and anvil deployment. This installation is a ruin. We'll just count as ruins, so they've got cover there and cover behind the barricades, and you can see the strategic importance of this place. They've also nominated a fallback objective there, so there's actually 3 objectives in the Word Bearers deployment zone. The other 3 are up this side of the battle grid, 1 in each of these areas here, and 1 in this corridor of death that the Grey Knights and the 13th will be racing down towards to bring the Emperor's justice. For gameplay purposes, these areas of woods, if there's any unit wholly within them, will count as these areas of woods. So +1 cover here, +1 cover there. There's plenty of cover on this battle grid and plenty of large line of sight blocking terrain as well, which is always good in games of 8th edition. And I'm really looking forward to this battle, using the new Grey Knight Codex, the new Chaos Space Marine Codex for the first time. 4,000 points of Maelstrom. It's going to be an epic game, and we welcome Paul to the studio. Say hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Paul has brought down an absolutely gorgeous Word Bearers army. The first time we get to see Word Bearers on the channel as well. Paul's a Winter's SEO On Demand subscriber, and he asked if he could have a scrap and sent me some pictures of his army, and I went, oh yes, let's get that on the channel. It is stunning. So without much further ado, let's go and have a look at these armies. This is 4,000 points of good guys using the Imperium keyword. I've got a battalion detachment of Grey Knights, a battalion detachment of Space Marines, so that's 3 command points plus the 3 that you get already, a Supreme Command detachment, 3 HQs, and an Outrider detachment, which is 3 fast attacks, and another HQ, giving me 11 command points, which is very nice. And the Warlord for my army is a Grey Knight Grand Master, because this is an attack sanctioned by the Ordo Hereticus itself. His Warlord trait is first to the fray. He can reroll charges, him and any units within 6 inches of him, plus he's going to be hitting on 2s and re-rolling because he's in range of himself. Got lots of new psychic powers on display here. Vortex of Doom. And I'll be using the Sanctuary power, which gives you a +1 to your invulnerable save. This guy is another Grandmaster in a Nemesis Dread Knight suit, because you can do that now. For 30 more points, you get a Grandmaster, and what do you get? Well, instead of a 5-up invulnerable save, you get a 4-up invulnerable save, and an extra attack, and an extra leadership, and an extra weapon skill and ballistic skill. Why on earth you wouldn't bring a ton of these guys, I don't know. He should be an absolute beast. And I've given him the teleport homer as well, the teleport thing, so he can deep strike in. And of course, all the Grey Knights can deep strike in. There's a librarian there, and 3 units of troops. And because Justicars have an extra attack, then in all of these squads, the guys with a hammer are the Justicars, because that's 3 attacks on him. 2 attacks on all the other guys. There's a side cannon in every squad, and it's WYSIWYG, so swords, halberds, and hammers all round. With the new Grey Knight rules, I have Brotherhood of Psychers. My Grey Knights will be manifesting psychic powers on a +1 and denying on a +1. So that's smiting on a 4-up. As well as these guys have got Knights of Titans, so they've got objectives secured as well. Mind you, with the new Chaos Space Marine Codex, The word bearers will have objectives secured on their troops units as well. So very interested, looking forward to seeing how these guys do in the new book. Got new stratagems to play with. Relic-wise, I gave him the Cura Sacrifice. So my Warlord has got a 5-up, feel no pain, essentially. So that's very, very good. And they have seconded the 13th, primarily the 2nd Company, led by Captain Civitas Kane and his trusted lieutenant. And then there's 4 troops, 2 Incestor squads, 2 units of tactical squads. There's a heavy bolter in one, a flamer in the other. They're both in las cannon Razorbacks. Those are the troops. We have fasts, we have elites, the Redemptor Dreadnought coming for the first time, and I brought along an Ironclad just to see how big the Redemptor is next to the Ironclad, and the answer is very big. Storm Raiden for the Ironclad to jump into 2 Rapier batteries from Forge World. These are quad bolters. They chuck out 6 shots, 12 shots each, 12 shots, which is nice. 3 more Librarians because it made narrative sense to bring them along, and we'll discuss those psychic powers as and when. Tech Marine with the Outrider squad. I chucked these in. I know they're multi-melter attack bikes, but I didn't. Looking across my army after I built it, I didn't have very much anti-tank. So I thought I should chuck in some anti-tank, and I didn't have many points left to spend. So now we have attack bike multi-melters. They need to stay still, because if they move, they're going to be hitting on 4s. Some Hellblasters at the front as well, because they're just tasty. So lots of options to deep strike in here with these guys and all the Terminators. But looking across at the Word Bearers army, I think I'm outnumbered about 2 to 1. I'm going to need to do some serious damage with my psychic capability over here and over here, or get snowballed off this battle grid. And at 4,000 points, it could be a very brutal first couple of turns. Okay, this is 4,000 points worth of Word Bearers from Forge World Galmech, and it's a single brigade detachment which gives Paul the access to 12 command points. And using the new Chaos Space Marine Codex, there's plenty of new stratagems that Paul can be using in this battle report. I'm looking forward to seeing them pop up as and when they appear. Right, you've got 5 HQs at the front here. Who's your Warlord?
My Warlord is the Dark Apostle.
The Dark Apostle.
And he's got the, I can't remember what it's called, the Warlord trait that increases his area of effect bubble. So
yeah, 9-inch aura instead of 6 inches.
Yeah, and he's got the extra special Cursed Crozius.
Cursed Crozius. It's an extra damage, extra strength mace there. So if he gets into combat, he's going to be nasty. And he's re-rolling a hit, right? It's essentially like a chaplain.
Yeah, he's like a chaplain, so he's going to re-roll to hit,
yeah.
And his hitty stick's going to let him re-roll to wound as well.
Nice. Re-rolled a hit, re-rolled a wound, and a 9-inch bubble on that aura as well. And he's got a coterie of friends here. We've got a Demon Prince, Sorcerers 1 and 2, and a Warp Smith as well. We'll talk about the psychic powers as and when they come up. I'm assuming your army's WYSIWYG.
Yes, absolutely everything.
Smashing. So, troops. How many troops have we got?
6. So we have 3 units of Space Marines, one that you've got on camera there,
yeah,
and 3 units of cultists.
Okay, and your champions are on the bigger bases.
They are on the bigger bases, yes.
These are absolutely stunning. I should just keep the camera pointed at them
Thank
for a
you.
while. This guy's nice. I like his wings. So yeah.
Well, that was the odd thing with Possessed. They couldn't fly, but you got 1 set of wings on every sprue.
Yeah.
So I've kept them for the champion,
Yeah.
and my Warp Talon champion has wings as well.
These are Warp Talons?
Yeah, 5 Warp Talons.
So those are the troops. What else you got? So Warp Talons and...
These are the Anointed, the Terminators.
And WYSIWYG again.
Yep.
Damn, they look sweet. What else am I pointing the camera at?
Okay, well, we have some Demon Engines, which are the Warp Smith's responsibility.
Yeah.
Or, his fault.
Yeah.
We have a Forge Fiend.
Yeah.
We have a Decimator Engine from Forge World.
Nice.
And we have a Defiler.
Yep.
That's it for the Demon Engines, but also from the Forge we have Hellbrute, who's a bit nuts, or more than a bit nuts. And then my Land Raider, the Cathedral of Pain, I like to call it.
He's incredibly spiky.
Incredibly spiky. There's only one place on it you can pick it up without puncturing your fingers.
I imagine you've spilt literal blood over putting this thing together.
Yep.
Yeah. And then this.
This is a Hellblade.
Hellblade from Forge World. Look at it. It just looks deadly. I love it.
I have to say, I've never been a big fan of the Helldrake. I think it looks a bit too dragony
Yes.
and not quite demony enough.
Yes.
So I'm a fan of the Hellblade. It's a sleek, fast killing machine that blows up on itself pretty quick.
Yep. Are these guys possessed?
They are.
They're possessed, and then these possessed.
They're also possessed.
So possessed of 2 wounds now. How happy are you about that?
I am ecstatically happy with that.
Don't they have a 5-up in Bun as well? Or
Yep,
something?
they're demons.
They're demons, so my Grey Knights will re-roll a wound against them in close combat.
Oh yeah, there's an awful lot in this army that's demons that you're going to get your rerolls against.
Nice, that's why the Grey Knights are here, to purge the unclean. So 2 full units are possessed there, I like it.
Well, 1 of 10, 1 of 9.
One of
the
10,
1 of
one of
9
9
will be going in the Land Raider with the Dark Apostle.
Then we've got 2 big squads of Spawn. So it's worth pointing out that this detachment consists of only units with the Legion keyword, this detachment here, which gives you the benefit of objective secured with your troops choices, and it allows you to re-roll, that's the word bearers one, isn't it? Re-roll morale tests.
Reroll morale, yeah.
So essentially, your cultists have got, and they shall know no fear, because they'll get to re-roll their morale tests. Nice big squads here.
And all the units with the icons have got +1 leadership.
And all the units with the icons have got +1 leadership. Nice, I like it very much. So that's the detachment. Now you've brought some summoning goodness here, but this doesn't take up a detachment slot. This isn't part of the detachment.
That's right.
Because in order to benefit from the word bearer's keyword Legion specific traits, you can only have word bearers in it. But these guys are not part of the detachment. You can get to summon them in.
I have the exact right number of reinforcement points to summon those 2 units.
Okay.
And the word bearers have a stratagem that makes summoning much more straightforward, much easier, much less random. So
I think it's
some reinforcements.
Yeah, I think it's you can re-roll and you don't suffer any mortal wounds. So word bearers, as we know from the narrative, like their demons.
Shock troops, just feed them into the grinder. Same as cultists and chaos spawn.
Word bearers don't have marks as well. I'm not entirely familiar with Chaos Space Marines, but you are very much. Yes?
Yeah, depends on which part of the background you read, but when I started getting into it all, word bearers were very much about the whole pantheon of chaos, never dedicated to a single god. So in this particular army, nothing is dedicated, nothing has a mark, with the exception of the Demon Prince, which has to have a mark.
Okay.
So I've chosen Zinch as I think it's the closest.
Closest to someone who's manipulative like the word bearers are.
Yeah. If I had the choice, it would be a generic Demon Prince, but you can't do that anymore.
And then his psychic power, you gave him the Zinch one for his mark, which is +1 invulnerable save if he pulls it off, right?
That's right, yeah.
Which makes perfect sense to me. I like the idea, and I very, very much like your army. There's a lot of dudes here for me to kill. My Grey Knights have got to go to work with all their smite. So
you have a lot of smite to go to work with.
I have a lot of smiting to do.
It's going to be great.
I think in total I've got 9 units with psychic powers, because the Terminators, there's 3 there, plus, I've got a lot. You've got two sorcerers here at the front, plus the Demon Prince.
Yeah, one in Cataphracti Terminator, although technically it's not Cataphracti, but he'll be deep striking with the Anointed.
Deep striking with the Anointed. Librarian and Terminator armor, that's a Forge World model as well. We should really get onto the table, but I just keep panning the camera over your army here. But I can't do that forever. My army's getting tired. Let's go to deployment. And we're deployed for this 4,000 point game of cleanse and capture. And at the moment, the Imperium are going first. All the Grey Knights are in the teleportarium, ready to come smashing down, along with the Interceptors, the Incestors, the jumpy Space Marine dudes. There's a castle here. You can see the Lieutenant Captain Civitas Kane with the bolt guns. These are separate units, these quad rapier batteries. And there's 5 tactical squads, 5-man tactical squads in each of here with a librarian. Sagan Mir and the Tech Marines are here with the Ironclad Dreadnought on the Magma Grapple at the front, ready to push forward. I'm on an objective here. The Redemptor Dreadnought isn't on objective there, and this one's a little bit too far forward. And this is what I look out at. An intimidating wall of red, blood, and chaos, filth. Huge units of cultists. Big unit possessed with the sorcerer back here as well. Demon engines. And they are swarming over the barricade. Where's your warlord, Paul?
Our warlord is in the Cathedral of Pain with the other units possessed.
The Cathedral of Pain. Absolutely stunning. And up here, the Demon Prince looking down across this battle grid and about to survey the carnage that will happen. Do I deep strike at this end? Do I deep strike at this end, or do you seize the initiative? Okay, rolling up. 3. Do you want to spend one of your 12 command points?
Do you know? No.
You don't want to?
No.
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 No. Okay, with that, the Imperium will get to shoot first. The orders for the Imperium are to take ground and kill stuff. If I kill a unit, I get a point, but if I kill 3 to 5 units, I could get D3 points here. I'm also automatically going to get D3 points for area denial, having no enemy units within the 12 inches of the centre of the battle grid, so potential to roar into the lead here. But I certainly can't defend objective 5 because that's deep within enemy lines. Alright, here we are, after the movement phase, the castle staying still, and these bikes, my fast choices that I brought, have got us try and stay back here and block the deep strikers, the 9-inch deep strike. They could come in right in the very corner here, but there's no objectives over here. And talking about dropping in the backfield, look what I managed to squeeze in behind the word bearer's lines. The librarian is there, and this warsmith is closest to him.
We're just too keen to get close to you and spill your blood all over the picture of reality.
Yeah, exactly. You just, you wanted to be as far up the table as possible. Didn't carefully measure along the back line.
But now we have less far to go to get you on our turn.
Okay, so
It's less than 2 feet, so yeah, it's a win-win.
From a chaotic point of view, sounds like a good plan then. So there's a unit of Terminators there and them there, right behind your lines. I like it. And a pincer movement with the Grey Knights on this side. My warlord is there. That means I can re-roll charges within 6 inches of him. And I also spent a 2-point stratagem straight away called Heed the Prognosticators. And it increases an invulnerable save of one of your Grey Knight characters by 1. He had a 4-up invulnerable save. Now this Nemesis Dread Knight with a Grandmaster in it has a 3-up invulnerable save. It cost me 2 command points, but it's tasty. The other things of note is the Tech Marine jumped out of that before it got moving, and that leaves Sagan Mir and the Ironclad in there. It looks like I clearly want to deal with this and then start moving along the lines that way. I didn't want to drop down on that side next to the Cathedral of Pain and all the HQs. I thought that this was a more attractive option to me. So let's now go on to the psychic phase. Right, starting off, my Grandmaster has Sanctuary, which is a 6, but I'll manifest on a 5-up because of Brotherhood of Psychers and increase the invulnerable save of a unit within 12 inches. He's already got a 3-up invuln. Let's give him a 2-up invuln. Because you can now. 5, that's a pass. How cheeky is that? Just wanted to do it. Now Purge Soul. And that fails. Tell a lie, that's a pass. And I was targeting the Possessed. Now what we do is we roll a dice and add our leadership. And for every number I beat your leadership by, you take a mortal wound.
What's your leadership?
Leadership on him is 9 plus.
Wow, sorry, I was trying to work out if I wanted to deny it
it's
or not.
13. Oh yeah, you can deny if you want to. You need to beat a 5.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. And you deny.
Denied.
No Purge Soul from my Warlord. He's going to smite. Cultists are closest. That fails. They're going to smite. Cultists are closest. Kill a cultist. And the last unit at the back. Oh, the normal Terminators, by the way, the troop guys have got Hammerhand, are going to smite. And the closest are these guys, looking for a 4. That passes. That puts a wound on a Possessed.
Was that these chaps?
Yes.
Have you got any other casts to do there?
That's it.
Sorry, not one of your Terminators off.
That's
Right,
it.
where's he from?
You're throwing my models on the floor.
I think I caught it with my my belly shirt.
So this demon trying to deny it. I've still got some stuff coming up your back passage. Are you sure you want to do this? It's only a wound on a dude, and they've got 2 each.
Yeah. No, go on, I'll let you have that. Yeah.
You've got to protect your back passage from Grey Knights. We talked about this.
We did.
You don't want to smite up your back passage.
No, I mean, I wouldn't blow my nose to save the cultist's life, but Possessed, they're the exalted.
Yes.
Avatars of the gods and all that.
Right, I've already attempted to manifest Purge Soul, so he can't, but he's got Vortex of Doom and Smite. So let's do Vortex of Doom on here. I need a warp charge. It's a warp charge 8, but with Brotherhood of Psychers, I need a 7. So, and this does mortal wounds as well. And that fails. Okay, then he's smiting. That works. That I made sure he was closest to the Warpsmith. And then they're smiting. And that passes, and they're closest to the Defiler.
That's your last cast, isn't it?
That's my last cast.
Right, Demon Prince, try and deny that. That's a 6. So, yes.
That succeeds. So end of the Psyche phase. Weren't very successful. He's got a 2-up in Varn, and there's wounds sprinkled around. I guess I'm going to have to shoot them instead of using mind bullets. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Start off with a Storm Raven. Multi-melters into that. I'll put the missiles into him as well, and then assault cannon goodness into the possessed. So let's do the twin multi-melters. And 1 hits. It's strength 8, toughness of a Deviler.
7.
That's a wound, and that's minus. That was a 5, so it definitely wounds. And that's failed invulnerable save, so the damage, you're within 12-inch range, so 2d6, pick the highest. And that's 2 damage. 2 missiles going into Defiler, 3s to hit, and they both miss. Winter's dice rolling coming up. So let's do some assault cannons all the way into those possessed there. Let's try and get better than 1s and 2s. 3s to hit. I know they're heavy weaponry, but with Power of the Machine Spirit, this Storm Raven can fire all of these guns as though it remains still, and that's 11 hits. Looking for 3s to wound the possessed. That's pretty good. That's 10 wounds in total. -1 to your armor save, so 4 ups. 10 4-up saves, sir. I might have killed some.
Yeah, one's already on 1, 2, 3, 4 dead.
4 dead. That was remarkably successful. Moving across to the Grand Master in a Nemesis Dread Knight suit. He's going to fire both of his guns. Actually, there's no point. Yeah, both of his guns into the possessed as well, because the heavy side cannon does 2 damage a pop. He'll hit on 3s because he moved, normally hitting on 2s, and he rerolls 1s, he's in range of himself. And this is strength 7, so I need 3s. I do 3 damage, it's -1 to your save, but each one does 2 damage, so it'll kill a 4s. 1 more possessed falling there. He's got a heavy incinerator in his right fist. It's 12-inch range flamer weapon, and it auto hits D6 times on the possessed. That's 6 hits. The SM Battle Report logo being a 6. Thank you very much, Steve. This is strength 6, so I wound on 3s. And that's 4 wounds, -1 again, and 2 damage again. So 4 4-up saves.
2 damage again.
Yeah. And another one bites the dust. So we're chewing through them. Let's fire Terminator Squad number 1. 5 guys in there, 1 with a side cannon. I'm going to put the side cannon into the possessed. And there's lots of cultists. I need to start whittling these guys down. So all the storm.
You know, what's the ignominy of being mugged to death by cultists?
Yeah, the Grey Knights cannot get swamped by these cultists. They have to start shooting them. Grey Knight Squad number 1 killed 7 cultists. Now the side cannon going into the possessed, hitting on 4s because I moved, because it's a heavy weapon, and they all hit. Nice. Wounding on 3, strength 7, toughness 4. 3 wounds. It's a normal side cannon, so it does 1 damage a pop, but you get 4-up saves. 3 4-up saves. Ooh, and 1 takes a wound.
1. Ah, yes, not dead.
So let's do it again. This second squad, storm bolters into the cultists. Side cannon over here. Side cannon, hitting on 4s because it's heavy. Rerolling 1s because I'm in range of the Chapter Master, Grand Master. They all hit. 3s to wound. 3 more wounds. 3 more 4-up saves on your possessed, sir.
No.
And then they did 5 wounds on the cultists there. Now I've got my Grand Master to speak with his side cannon. What do I shoot that at? Do I shoot it at the possessed one more time? Or do I try and keep knocking down that Defiler? I'm going to have a go at the Defiler. Sod it. Let's do the Defiler. Hitting on 3s, because he normally hits on 2s. Rerolling 1s. 2 hits. Strength 7. Toughness 7. 4s. 2 wounds on the Defiler, -1 to save, so 2 4-up saves. Only does 1 damage each though. And you make 1. How many wounds has he got left? 11.
11.
11. He's a bit tough, isn't he?
Yeah.
Alright, that's it for shoot Hellblasters. I think the Hellblasters could probably reach that Defiler as well. Yes, they can. Firing through a lot of crap though, but he is not in terrain, so he won't be benefiting from cover. Rapid fire weapons hitting on 3s. I'm not overcharging. Of course, 1 hits the floor. Only 2 hits. Strength 7, toughness 7. 1 wound, -4, so it's just an in-bun.
Demon for the win.
Right, let's shoot some Grey Knights from your flank. He's closest to him, so I'm going to fire both parts of his combi thingy bob. Let's fire the bolt gun. This will be hitting on 4s though, because I'm firing both parts. 1 hit, no wounds, and then the plasma misses. Terrible shooting, terrible shooting. He's probably surprised that he's managed to teleport behind the lines. Then I'm going to fire the Stormbolts from these guys. If I fire them into them, they've got +1 cover save, so they've got a 2-up save, right?
Into which ones?
Into them.
These guys, yes, they would.
So there's really no point in firing the Stormbolters into the guys on the installation there.
Some cultists over here, they're sat on an objective.
I could potentially make them run away, yes.
There's maybe a spawn you could get.
But shooting at cultists, unless there's a big squad of blob of 20 cultists, shooting at cultists it feels kind of dirty. I think I'm going to put all rounds, including Stormbolt rounds, into the Defiler. Let's do that. And we roll it off camera, and I did 1 damage on the Defiler. So these Terminators deep striking in and then a pincer movement, highly ineffectual. I may live to regret that. Then the Intercessor joined in as well, put 1 more wound on the Defiler, and that's it from this flank. Smashing through a number of possessed, and the cultists not doing, well, hardly any damage at all on the demon engines. Now it's the 13th's turn. Time to unleash hell. Okay, the Redemptor, Dreadnought, the Onslaught Cannon, Stormbolters and Icarus Rocket Pod at 24-inch range, and I didn't move, which means I'm not in range of anything of the enemy army. The only thing that can shoot is the Macro Plasma Big Giant Cannon here. I'm overcharging it because I'm going to be re-rolling 1s, and it's D6 shots, and I want to fire it at the Defiler, but there's a big rock in the way. So I'm going to have to fire it at the Cathedral of Pain. D6 shots. That's 2 shots. I stood still, I'm hitting on 3s, and I really don't want any 1s. That's 2 hits, and it's strength 9, this gun. So ouch. I'm going to be wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds, it's -4, okay. 2 damage a pop. So just rinse
so
straight through.
6s.
6s?
What's the chuck save?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Only make 1.
Gosh.
So it only takes 2 damage off of it. The Redemptor's fire may have been blocked, but this one can see through the trees. See that splash of red in the distance? That's the Defiler, which has been defying me. So twin las cannons all the way across at that Defiler, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling 1s because I'm within 6 inches of my captain. And I roll a 2. Strength 9, wounding on a 3. That's a wound with a 5-up invulnerable save, sir.
Nope.
You fail, and this does D6 damage because it's a las cannon. Something big, please.
4.
4. So that one could see him. Razorback number 2, can't see him. So Cathedral of Pain, 1 more time, 3s to hit. 1 hit, another 2. You're going to see a lot of 2s in this castle because I can re-roll 1s. And that's my dice rolling. Strength 9, toughness 8. And that's a 1 to wound, but the lieutenant's there, so I get to re-roll that. And that's a wound, -3.
5 up.
5 up. Once. No. D6 damage. 1.
Command points.
I'm going to command point that one. 1. The dice gods say no. What did you say about the rerolls?
They're almost worthless.
They're almost worthless. Just the dice
they
gods
never work.
No.
Dice gods say no.
The dice gods say no. Alright, next up, back in the game, suddenly remembering I've got the no prisoners tactical objective, so let's fire a quad bolter at a squad of cultists. I need to get first blood, and let's say I might fail some charges over there, and I need to kill a unit utterly. So there's a unit of 10 Chaos Cultists there. Quad Rapier Mortars have 12 shots, hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1, so of course I roll 3 2s. It's strength 5, toughness 3, so wounding on 3s and re-rolling 1s. So that many saves, it's -1 because it's a heavy bolter, but you get +1 because you're behind an Aegis. So that's just 7 6-up t-shirt saves, sir.
Yay for t-shirts.
Yay for t-shirts. I'm going to pump the other round of quad bolters into you as well, though, because I really need to get first blood and make sure I have no prisoners. And look at all those 2s. Look, I have 5 2s in there because I was re-rolling 1s.
That wasn't a 1 you knocked
Wasn't
over.
it?
No.
Thank you. You're generous. 3s, re-rolling 1s for some more 2s. 5 more wounds.
There's 4 models left, so I can do with 2 6s.
No, first blood.
There you go.
And that is first blood, and that is the end of the shooting phase. How many hull points did I get off this thing in the end?
3.
3. How much has it got? 16?
Yep.
So 13 more to go. A couple of wounds off of this. The Defiler's down to 5, which is nice. Neutered this Chaos Cultist squad, neutered them, and now I'm going to charge. So he's going to charge your cultists. We'll start up there. We'll do Overwatch. I get to, I'm 9 inches away, and I get to re-roll because of his Warlord trait. And that's an 11. No wounds suffered on Overwatch. The second squad going in there. And that's a fail. Now I get to re-roll my charge range because I'm within 6 inches of him. And as per the new FAQ, when you re-roll dice that consists of 2d6 or 3d6 or 4d6, you roll both of the dice. And that's in the errata section. It's in red and it says page 178, re-roll both of the dice. So re-rolling both of the dice, looking for a 9. And I get a 10. Woohoo! That's 2 units into combat. Let's see if my Warlord can make it into the Possessed. That's a fail and re-rolling because of his trait. And that's an 8, so he fails. And the unit next to him trying to roll a 9 as well. I take it they haven't got any Overwatch Possessed.
No.
And
harsh
that's
language.
A fail. Harsh language. And that's a 9 with the second squad. He's swinging away because he's a Grandmaster. He's hitting on 2s with his great big sword. And he's re-rolling 1s because he's in range of himself. That is mean. 5 attacks. And the sword makes him strength 10. That's 10 wounds, -4 AP, 6 damage, D6. Dead. 5 are dead. 5 are dead. And then the squad of Terminators absolutely slaughtered the cultists. Now let's slaughter some Possessed. There's 3 swords in that squad, hitting on 3s. Reloading 1s, no. So 5 hits, oh, come back here. 5 hits, I'm going to be wounding on 4s. And are they demons?
Yeah.
So I get to re-roll to a wound versus demons. So that's 4 wounds.
Okay.
And each of these does D3 damage.
Okay.
So 4, 5 up and vulnerable saves. And you make 2 of them.
So it could.
So the
could
first
be
one
alright.
does D3.
Dead.
Kills and
Dead.
And the Possessed are flayed alive or dead or demonically. They're banished back to the warp. And the Grey Knights sweep closer towards their prey. This pincer movement is actually working out quite well at the moment. Standing in my way now is 1, 2, 3 Demon Engines, a Warpsmith and a Sorcerer. And that's the end of my turn. I do kill 3 things. 2 units of cultists and the Possessed, which gets me D3 extra points for no prisoner. And I roll a 5, so that's 3 points. I get D3 points for area denial. 6 points in total, plus another point for first blood. It's 7 points to 0 in favour of the Imperium. But now we brace ourselves ready for the Chaos counter-strike. Let's move on to Word Bearers, turn 1. Here are the orders for the Bearers of the Word. They want to make the Imperium bleed. Witch Hunter, kill any unit containing Psychers. There's plenty out there. Assassinate, kill any characters. My Librarian in the backfield is looking somewhat isolated. Securing objective 1 is going to be a bit tricky though. That's in one of the forests in my end of the battle grid. Here we are after the movement phase for the bearers of the word. Here's objective 1, and as we can see, there's nothing close to it, so they can't get that one. But they do want to kill a witch, or any psyker, and they do want to assassinate a character. So we have a demon engine looking at my librarian, who's looking very isolated all of a sudden up there. If he kills that, that would be assassinate and kill a character. This demon engine has healed a wound, and he heals D3 wounds at the end of the movement phase. Do you want to roll that now on camera? Well, my camera's pointing in this direction because he does that.
Yes, of course.
Ooh, 3. So that Defiler's gone right back up from 5 to 9 wounds. That was quite tasty. The Hellbrute's staying still because there's a new stratagem you want to use where he gets to fire twice. And the Spawn, who aren't infantry and shouldn't be in the ruins, we made a mistake there, have piled down this way. I don't think it's affected the battle in any way, but we did catch it now, so sorry about that one, and thanks for your comments if you've made any. But it looks like the Spawn and the Hellforge are gonna start nibbling away at the Grey Knights on this side, and a Defiler, of course, is going back for these Terminators. Defiler is a demon. I'll get to re-roll to wound against him. The Razorblade?
Hellblade.
Hellblade, almost got it right. Coming straight at the Storm Raven gunship. Then we had a shift, Demon jumping down, the Demon engine, Forge Fiend coming around, Land Raider coming around, hasn't advanced. They're coming around, they're advancing these guys, and then deep striking in the backfield. We have Possessed and Terminators and a Sorcerer on my weakened right flank.
So they aren't possessed, they're warp talons.
Warp talons.
Basically flying possessed. But...
Okay, flying possessed guys, Terminators. That's my weakest flank there. You're keeping your summoning units in reserve for now.
Yep.
Which is an interesting thing. But the battlefield is shifting this way. Grey Knight's pushing that way. You're pushing around this way. And now we're going to move on to the psychic phase and let the powers of unholy warp magic crash into my lines. So this guy smites away and it hits this bike. It does D3 wounds. I can't block it.
Uno
wound. 1 wound on this bike. You're also casting Warp Time on the Terminators. They're now 4 inches away from that attack bike. Tzeentch Demon casting Weaver of the Fates. Warp charge value 6. And that's a fail.
No.
That would have put his invulnerable save up by 1.
Correct.
Any more Psychers? You got this guy over here.
Yes, we have this guy.
Diabolic Strength. Going out to the Chaos Spawn.
Cast on a 9.
Cast on a 9. Now, with Brotherhood of Psychers, I get +1 to deny. So normally an equal doesn't deny, but a 9 would be a 10 for me. So I need a 10 to deny that. And I don't deny it. A +1 strength on the Chaos Spawn. Dirty.
And +1 attack.
And +1 attack.
And +1 attack.
Oh dear, this is going to sting. What else have you got? What else has he got?
I have Prescience and or Smite I could choose to use with this one. And
Prescience on the Hellbrute.
adding 1 to my hits. I'm going to put that under the Defiler, I think.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, put that under the Defiler.
Go for it. That's 9. So this unit will try and deny it. Need a 9. Huh. Snake Eye.
It's a good job we took perils from trying to deny.
Yeah, that would have stung.
Yeah.
So we have the Hellblade targeting this. Now, it's -1 to hit with the heavy weapons, -1 to hit again because it's a flyer, so that's a 5-up. But you get +1 to hit.
So I'm a Skyborn Predator.
Because you're a Skyborn Predator. So hitting on 4s with 4 shots.
With the Hellstorm Cannon.
That's only 1 hit, I'm afraid, and it's strength 6.
Ooh.
But it does 3 damage.
No.
No, but that would have been minus something and 3 damage. It can sting, but the Storm Raven took it. What else you got? Next, the Hellbrute is targeting these Terminators. He spent a stratagem, Fire Frenzy. He can fire everything twice, so long as he targets the nearest unit. So fire away.
2d3.
2d3 with a plasma cannon. Ooh, that's 5 shots coming in. 3s to hit.
Ow.
3s to hit. 1 does a mortal wound on you.
It's always overcharged.
It's always overcharged.
Because they're crazy.
Yeah, I like that. So Hellbrutes are always, they just don't care. They're just firing away, firing away, firing away. So it's strength 8 because it's overcharged, wounding on 2s. 3 wounds, and it's -2, -3.
-3.
-3, so I need 5 ups. It does 2 damage because it's overcharged. Any ones that I fail, just kill Terminators. Red hot plasma balls explode in the faces of the Terminators, wiping 3 of them out. Then after this demon used a stratagem, this demon engine is using a stratagem, Blasphemous Machines. 1 point, it allows him to fire his weapons as though he stood still, and they're smashing in at the Redemptor Dreadnought. Are we going to see some new model syndrome coming in here? Is it going to get wiped out? This is 8 shots, hitting on 4s, I believe.
Hit on 4s.
That's still pretty good shooting. That's above average. That's 5 hits. Strength 8.
Strength 8.
Toughness 7. Wounded on 3s. And that's 4 wounds minus.
Only 1.
-1, but it does
but 2 damage.
2 damage a pop. Okay, so I need to make 4 4-ups. I make 2 of them, so that's 4 damage on the Redemptor, putting him down to 9 left. And we're not finished there with the demon engines. After that one spoke and this one spoke, now the Defiler is firing, spraying all over the place. Twin heavy flamer into the Marines. Reaper cannon up here at the flyer, and the battle cannon over his shoulder all the way down into the Redemptor Dreadnought. Rolling to see how many shots it is. 1.
1.
Okay, 5 up to hit because you moved. And you didn't hit. And then you got the Reaper gun into this one. Twin Reaper gun, right?
Yep.
Yep, so 4 shots. Hitting on 5s because I'm hard to hit.
And I moved and it's heavy, so 6s.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
Nope.
No hits. But then the twin heavy flamer into my Terminators. This could sting. How many auto hits do you get?
Goodness me.
11. So he can't hit anything when he has to aim, but when he can just spray flames liberally, he manages to hit 11 times, wounding on 3s. Oh dear. Can I use your dice? Can I touch your dice?
Of course you may.
Okay, this is -1 because it's a heavy flamer. So I need 3s because of Terminator saves. And 2 1s there, that will kill a Terminator, kebabbed inside his Terminator armor. And of course I completely got that wrong. Those are fails as well. Those are 2 Terminators burnt alive. Now the Warpsmith stood right next to the Defiler. Is going to put a melter into the Librarian and a flamer into the Terminators. Firing the melter.
2 up.
That's a hit.
That's lucky.
Wounds on a 2. That's a wound. I need a 5 up Terminator save, which I fail. You're not within 6.
Your invulnerable saves are letting you down. Oh my word.
Dead. Absolutely dead. Just melted to slag. That is Witch Hunter and Assassinate.
And I think he'll be very lucky if the Decimator doesn't turn around and punch him, because he wanted to do that.
Then the Flamer actually wounded one of the Terminators, put it on the rear end. Now the Decimator is going to flame the Terminators as well, and the Butcher Cannon is coming back to hit this wounded unit of Terminators. They're going to get charged by these guys. Are you sure you don't want to put the Butcher Cannon on that lot instead?
If I'm lucky and I kill them, because the Butcher Cannon's 2 damage.
Yes.
I think it's 2 damage.
Then you can charge these
then
instead.
I can charge both into there.
Okay.
Because I really want to get the spawn into the bigger unit, because they are mean as hell, especially with the buffs I've just put on them.
+1 attack,
and they won't be able to get around necessarily.
Yeah.
So that's the thinking. Whether it's good or bad or whatever, that's why I'm doing it.
I like it. Butcher Cannon hitting on 4s. That's because you moved. And its strength?
8.
8. 2s to wound. 3 wounds minus?
1.
-1, so I need 3 ups. And I make them all.
You get 'em.
But that did multiple damage, right?
Yeah, they were 2 each.
Strength 8 -1, 2 damage each. That's a nasty thing. That would butcher me if it gets through.
If you lose a model from it, you take 2 off your leadership.
Do you?
For the rest of the turn, yeah.
Nasty.
Yeah.
And then his flamer hits them. We'll do that off camera.
The Hell Flamer. Oh, it's more nasty.
Go on then.
It's nastier. 2, strength 5, wounding on 4s.
Okay.
3s even.
Yeah.
1 at -1, but it does 2 damage.
Okay. And I pass. Now we're burning another stratagem. The Sorcerer sees the Grand Master in the Nemesis Dreadnought armor rippling with unholy energies with his 2-up invulnerable save. He loads a demon shell into his bolt pistol, takes aim, and fires. And it hits. And because it hits, that does a flat D3 mortal wounds. 3. I may have thought I had a 2-up invulnerable save, but you can't dodge demonic ammunition. Ouch. Next up, this unit of Chaos Space Marines firing small arms bolters, heavy bolters, into this injured unit here. We resolved the shots off camera, and the Holy Terminator armor stood firm, no damage dealt.
The Terminators cowering behind the barrier was saved by the barrier.
No, it was the Holy Terminator armor. Then moving back up the table, this bunch of Chaos Space Marines fired autocannons, fired all the guns down here, and actually took some damage, did 2 damage with that autocannon round, dropping him down to 7. And now the Cathedral of Pain is about to speak. All the small arms, heavy bolter, combi bolter, havoc launcher coming in to the intercessors, and 4 las cannons. Yes, all 4 into the Redemptor Dreadnought. Rolling the hit. And you're hitting on 3s because you moved. I think this might be one of those command point moments I hear.
Well,
the dice gods are still going to say no.
They're going to say no, but okay.
Okay.
Command point. I promised myself I wouldn't do this again.
Oh, okay. They forgive you for past transgressions. Strength 9, toughness 7. 2. Smash straight through. It's -3. He has a 3-up save, so I need 2 6s. Fail both. He's got 7 wounds left. 2d6 damage. He's dead. He's dead. New model syndrome, maybe. He's just been... Well, no. He took 4 las cannons to the face. Does he blow up on a 6? He does not blow up.
Let's be fair. He took 2 las cannons to the face. He took auto cannons to the face. He took rounds from the Defiler. He took all the Hades auto cannons from this guy. It's taken a hell of a lot to put him down.
Thanks. That makes me feel better. But he's dead now. He's dead. Then finishing off the shooting phase, the small arms came in here, killed one of the Hell Blasters, and then round here, combi plasma from the Librarian, shots from the Terminator. It's basically 1 wound taken off the attack bike down to 2 wounds left. One of the intercessors left dead. And that's it. So they are now injured and about to get charged. He's injured and about to get charged. Remember, it's going to be -2 to charge range going through that terrain there. And at the end of the shooting phase, you've killed the Redemptor utterly. You've killed the Librarian HQ over there, and that gets you 2 points. He had a 2-up invulnerable save, and you took 3 wounds off him anyway.
Demon bullets for the win.
Demon bullets for the win. In the charge phase, Warp Talons failed to make it in. Can't overwatch against Warp Talons on the turn. They deep strike in. Terminators made it in as well. And they suffered a casualty coming in on overwatch. I got a hit with the melter and burnt 1 to slag. That made me happy. But that was the only thing I managed to damage during the overwatch phase. Still got 4 Terminators in my lines. And then the Beasts made it into this unit of Terminators. He's made it into both squads. The Defilers made it into these Terminators back here, and you're activating your Hell Brute first.
That's right. Yeah.
With your something Scourge.
Well, I'm assuming you're going to interrupt me in some place, so I reckon he's the one who needs to do the most damage to them before you get the chance to act.
Groovy, go for it.
So attacking with the Power Scourge, which gets 3 extra attacks.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s.
That's not good.
Unfortunate.
Should point out as well that we did the craze rule after you took damage in the shooting phase, and he didn't go nuts. But you got 2 hits.
2 hits. Strength a lot.
Okay.
By which I mean 8.
Okay.
2 wounds. -2 damage.
So 4 ups. And 1 Terminator dies. That's the end of that assault. And then I am going to spend 2 command points to interrupt these guys and smack them. Right, this squad here is the only squad that I had with 2 hammers in it. So this could sting. My Justicar's got 3 attacks, and the other guy's only got his 2 attacks.
Damn my lack of attention to detail.
So that's 5 attacks back, and they are in range of my Grandmaster and Nemesis Dreadnought armor. So I've got 5 attacks hitting on 4s because they're hammers. Rerolling 1s, there's a 1. Only got 2 hits. Strength 8, toughness of these
5.
So I need 3s. Only 1 wound, and it does flat 3 damage.
They have 4 wounds, I'm afraid, sir.
Do they?
They have 4 wounds now.
Oh no, spent 2 command points and didn't kill one. 4 wounds remaining.
4 wounds.
Now you can activate them quite happily with their extra attack and extra strength and extra brutality. I think these Terminators are in trouble. Right, mutated beyond reason on the spawn.
1. Razor Claws. Hit its mutations have an AP of -4 till the end of the fight phase.
Really?
Really?
Damn. They get D6 attacks each. This goes piled into these guys. Those 4 on them. So D6 attacks times 1.
So that one first.
This one
it's
first.
D6, but they also get an extra 1 for the psychic power.
Yes.
The demonic strength.
Yes.
Thing. So 3 attacks.
Yes. Hitting on
3s.
and strength.
That's 2. Because of the psychic power, strength 8.
Really? Wow. Go for it. Wow.
2's at -4 because of the psychic power.
2's at
because of the mutation.
So 2, 5 up. Crux Terminatus. No. And how many damage?
2.
2 damage.
2 damage.
That kills 2 straight off the bat. So now these guys have 22 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s at -4 AP and 2 damage each. And this is going to sting. Wounding on 2s. Okay, so I need that many 5-up saves, or they're dead. They're dead. And the end of the combat looks like this. Out of the 10 Terminators that were there are only 2 left. Now we move on to the Defiler and burning another stratagem, which allows the Defiler re-roll to hit and re-roll to wound when he attacks.
Demon Forge.
Demon Forge. 4 attacks, hitting on
4s.
4s. Re-rolling.
Demon Forge. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Strength. Very high.
8.
Okay. No need to re-roll a wound. What's the minus AP neg?
-3, sir.
Okay, 2 5-up saves, and I failed them both.
D6. Well, the first one will just kill that guy.
Yeah, because he's on 1 wound left, and
the next one will kill the next guy.
okay,
Whoever that might be.
2 die. So I think I'll keep the hammer alive. At the end of the combat, 1 lone hero stands against that Defiler, and now we migrate all the way across to the other side of the battle grid to see if the Terminators can slaughter this 1 attack bike. And the Terminators slaughter that attack bike with ease, consolidating towards the intercessors. And then we go back over here, because now it's my combat. These guys are going to attack the beasts. So starting off with the halberd. The halberd hits on 3s. It's +1 strength. What's your toughness?
5.
5. Nothing. And then the hammer, which is the Justicar. He'll hit on 4s because he's at wheel swinging a hammer. Rerolling 1s because I'm within 6 inches of him. That's 2 hits. I need 3s to wound with a hammer. Yeah, that was rolling to wound. Hammers do 3 wounds a pop. Just a flat 3 damage. So 3 damage on the wounded beast spawn. It doesn't spill over, kills him. And then 3 damage on that spawn and leaves him on 1 wound. And in the end, I only killed 1 spawn. And now I've got this Justicar to swing at the Defiler, who was on 5 wounds. Now he's on 9. Forced to hit. 2 hits. Strength 8 versus toughness 7. Looking for those magic 3s. That is 6 damage, but you've got your 5 up.
5 up demon save. He's
save.
at the perfect height to lob his head that he doesn't need off.
Yep.
Make 1.
Make 1. Takes 3 more damage. And with your... yeah, I think you might get healed again very, very shortly. I think that's the end of everything. That's the end of turn 1 for the word bearers, and I must say you pushed back with some severe aplomb there. There were 15 Terminators surrounding you here, and now there's 3. And you get assassinate, and you get kill a psycho witch hunter. So that's 2 points to the word bearers, 7 points to the Imperium. I was significantly threatening his lines, but I'm not doing that anymore. All of a sudden, I'm looking pretty strung out, and there's Terminators. Terminators in the backfield. Let's go on to Imperium, turn 2. Orders for the Grey Knights and the Imperium are to seize ground. Got rid of that defend objective 5 because it's deep within the enemy deployment zone, but they really want me to get to the enemy deployment zone and secure objective 4. I'm not going to be able to get near that. My Warlord needs to defend Objective 2, which is right next to the enemy Terminators in the corner of the field. That's going to be tough too. Basically, these are going to be very tough. But defend Objective 1, I can do that. We forgot the morale phase. Let's do this quickly. Leadership 8, -1 because of the spawn there. I lost 3. 3 plus 3 is 6 there, fine. This guy lost 4 though. And 3 plus 4 is 7. He is the Justicar. I pass all the morale I need to take. That's it for the morale phase. Let's go back into the movement on turn 2. Here's one of the objectives I can't get to. Here's the objective that my Warlord cannot reach, but I certainly will be able to defend Objective 1 for 2 turns, maybe. So those are the only points I'm looking to get. The Intercessors are scoring it, and they have Defenders of Humanity, so they should be able to hold it down. Hellblaster's staying still, because a lot of movement happened here. First up, Saganmere and the Ironclad dropped out of the Storm Raven. The Storm Raven shot this way to shoot him in the back. He fell back out of combat to oblige those melter shots going into the Defiler. He will not survive another round. And then these Terminators fell out of combat with the Beasts because I mean to shoot them with all my guns first. Heavy Flamer and a Melt Gun on that. And then charging. I mean to clear them out. They pushed back and pushed back significantly hard in this sector. I need to return the favour. And then round here, there's quite a lot of movement as well. Both of the attack bikes zipping up as fast as they can within 12-inch range to kill these Terminators. There's Terminators and Warp Talons back here. I am responding in kind. Librarian number 1. Librarian number 2. Everyone out. Everyone ready to pull the trigger. Let's move on to the Psychic phase. This Librarian, starting off with Smite, closest enemy units, is the Terminators looking for a 5, and that's a 4. No. So next up, he is going to Scourge. And that may go off. Paul, trying to prevent that, needs a 6.
No.
He doesn't. That's because there's a Librarian in 24-inch range all the way over there. So what we now do is roll a dice, add your leadership. So I'll roll a dice, add my leadership of 9. So I'm on 12.
I'm on something.
You're on very high. Yeah. Even if your leadership was 8, you're on 13. You beat me. So his mind bullets do not work against your Terminators. That would have done D3 mortal wounds or 1 mortal wound, trying to shoot you with my mind. So now this guy is going to smite you. And that's a 10. So that would be D3 mortal wounds coming in. That's 2 mortal wounds right there. That's 1 dead Terminator.
Dead Terminator.
And now I'm going to do Fury of the Ancients. So you draw a line 3d6 inches long. But first I need a manifest on a 7, which I don't. In the end, the Psychic Onslaught from the 2 Librarians only killed 1 Terminator over here. So now we're going on to Chief Librarian. Saganmere wants to cast Null Zone. The Hellbrute is an invulnerable save, right?
Nope. And neither did Spawn.
Neither did Spawn.
The nearest thing with an invulnerable save... Well, that has an invulnerable save. So does this.
No, instead I'm going to cast Might of Heroes on the Ironclad. And that's a pass on a 7.
Let's try and turn that off.
And you do. That would have been increased attack and toughness on him. Now I'm going to smite because there's 1 on 1 wound left. So it will kill a Spawn if I pull it off. Yes. This does D3 damage. 1 damage, killing off 1 Spawn. And let's face it, you had lots of attacks and scary stuff. Anything I can do to whittle away those Spawn will be good. So let's go straight into the shooting phase. And while my camera's pointed here, let's do it here. Heavy Flamer on the Dreadnought going in. That's 6 hits. It is Strength 5. And it wounds on 4s. That's 4 wounds, and each of them is -1.
That's 5, bud.
5 wounds, yeah.
6 is.
Ooh, and they have 4 wounds each.
They do
so
indeed.
killed
That's
another
killed.
Spawn.
That one, and then one's on 2 wounds.
Okay. And then the Melter comes in, hits, and misses. Going on to my brother Captain with his side cannon. Normally hits on 2s, but he'll hit on 3s because it's heavy. Rerolling 1s, didn't get any 1s. Strength 7. 3 wounds. -1 to your save.
Just 1.
Just 1. And each one does 1 damage.
Now he's on to...
Then going back over here, I have 4 Hell Blasters. They're going to fire at that spawn as well, hitting on 3s, 3 hits, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds, burn straight through, no save whatsoever. He's got 1 wound left. Then getting down to model eye view. Of the intercessors, only 4 can see on this thing with 1 wound left. 3s to hit. I need 5s to wound. 1 wound, -1 to your save. It's dead. Die, demon. Die.
It's not a demon, it's just a very unhealthy person.
That was much more successful than I thought it would be. So let's try and recreate that with Storm Raven firing everything into Defiler. Starting off with the Melters. 3s to hit. 1 hit. Strength 8, Toughness 7. Does a wound. 5 up demon save. Die, demon. Die. 2d6. Pick the highest. 5 damage. Putting them on 1 wound left. 2 missiles coming in. 3s to hit. Both hit. Strength 8. 1 wound. 1 5 up demon save.
Still in the game!
Right, he is, so I'm going to have to fill you with 12 assault rounds. Okay, dodge this. 3s to hit. 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 4-up saves, or the demon's dead. Ding dong, the demon is dead. Can he do it? No,
Demon's
he can't.
dead, Dave.
The demon's dead, Dave. Everybody's dead. Does he blow up? Don't blow up. He doesn't blow up.
No.
Really? Really? Don't do it.
It's tempting, I've done it before.
Don't do it.
I won't do it.
Thank you very much for just dying quietly. Demon, die. Right, what's going on with my shooting? That was all terribly successful. I was going to smack him with my big stick. But I can't shoot him because he's not the closest model. So let's shoot him and then try and charge it. Mind you. Yeah, let's shoot him and then charge him and hit. And then these guys, you see, if they don't charge him, then they're stuck here in the open.
But have I really got anything I can bring down to threaten you with them being in the open?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot him, then charge him with my big stick. Okay, so let's do the heavy side cannon, D6 shots. That's 5 shots, and this is strength, heavy incinerator, sorry. D6 auto hits. Strength 6, toughness 7. 1 wound, and it's -1, but does 2 damage on your Hellbrute.
-1?
Yes.
Well, good.
He's fine. Now I'll fire the heavy side cannon. That was the heavy incinerator. This is 6 shots. And he hits on 2s, but he moved, so that goes. And this is strength 7, toughness 7. 3 wounds. -1, 2 damage a pop.
4s.
He only takes 2 wounds. He's down to 5. I might have to hit him with my big stick.
I can see him starting to twitch. He's not happy.
It's right. Let's go down here and let's try and kill some Terminators. Attack bike number 1, firing into your Terminators, firing the bolt guns. Everything hits. 2 wounds, 2 2-up saves on the Terminators, sir. Did you just stub your toe or something?
No, it's got cramp. I used it to pick up a dice and it's cramped on me.
I thought either you just stubbed your toe or you're just trying to keep in a fart or something. But no, it was cramp. Melter. This hits on a 4. It hits. And I'm going to wound on a 2. It doesn't wound. Okay, bolt gun fire from the second one. I really want one of these melters to kill something. 2 hits. 2 wounds.
Well, to be fair, we know melters don't kill anything, and you killed one last turn with a melter, so be greedy.
In Overwatch.
I know.
Oh, 1 takes a wound. Then let's fire a melter hitting on a 4. That's hits, wounds. Wounds. It's a -4, so you need a 5-up save.
Yeah, no problem. By which I mean, ow.
And then he's dead, because it would do D6 and then... Yeah. Okay. I should have fired the intercessors first, I'm suddenly thinking. So let's fire them. This many shots. And that was 5 hits. I need 4s. 2 wounds. This is -1, but you're in trees, so you're +1. So basically, you get 2 up saves.
Hurrah!
Hurrah! Now the flamer. I measured the flamer. You are in range, so let's fire this tack squad here. The flamer hits once. Put that to one side. Let's fire the bolt guns as well from that squad, because that's an auto hit, strength 4 AP. I was going to say AP5, but of course not. 3s to hit and re-rolling 1s, so I roll a bunch of 2s. Right, adding the flamer hit. This wounds on 4s, re-rolling 1s. So 3 wounds in total, sir, on your Terminators. Tack squad number 1 did nothing. Tack squad number 2. Now I could load a Hellfire shell into my heavy bolter. And if I hit you, which I need a 4 because it's heavy, it does D3 mortal wounds.
Hellfire shells were designed to fight Xenos. That sounds a bit like you're loading a demon shell there.
It's not a demon shell, it's a Hellfire shell.
It's a very naughty boy.
It's not a demon shell, he's a very naughty boy. You shot me with a demon shell, I'm going to put a Hellfire round in my gun, even though it's a 50-50 chance. For glory.
At least yours doesn't kill you if you miss.
Yeah, actually, if you miss, it does do D3 wounds to your guys, right?
Uh-huh.
And if I miss, I just miss. We have all the good bullets, 4s to hit. I missed. That cost me a stratagem as well. Right, let's buy the other guns.
It's because it's in the box labelled for Tyranids.
Yeah, for Tyranids only, do not deploy this.
Yeah.
3 wounds. And at this point...
Sorry, I missed what
no negatives. No negatives. No, what's going on is my brain suddenly realising I should have been chucking grenades.
Oh yes, crack grenades.
Yeah, that would have been very useful. Now, do I fire las cannons at them or las cannons up there? Because I've started firing at them, I might as well finish firing at them. Let's fire the first one at them. Overkill, las cannons, Terminators to the face, 3 ups. Re-rolling 1s, because Kane is stood right there. 2 hits. Wounds on 2s. 2 wounds, -3, so 2 5-up invulnerable saves on your Terminators. 1 minute.
No. 4 and 2.
It's a -3, which puts you to 5, and a +1 because you're in a tree.
Good
so you
point.
saved one of them.
So D6 damage, you might roll 1. Let's face it, it is you. But
I did kill a Terminator. You're right, actually. If anyone's going to roll a 1, it's me. So that worked. Can I take out 1 Terminator in assault? Because I am going to charge you. My power sword is way back here. And I'm just going to be hitting you with clubby fists. Can I take out 1 Terminator?
Take 1 of me, but you know what 2-up saves are like? They can either disappear in an instant or last forever.
I'm going to get assaulted by them anyway. They're dead. But I want... Yeah, let's kill him. Let's kill him. I can't have Terminators running in my lines. I've started, so I've finished. Next Razorback, firing at the Terminator on a rock. He thinks he's a bit cocky stood out there going, look at me. Yeah, I can see you, buddy. Rolling a hit. 2 hits with a las cannon to the face. 2s to wound. Re-rolling 1s. Dodge this. 2 4s up, 2 4-ups. You make 1. I can see you thinking. I can hear the cogs whirring.
No, I want to use more demon bullets later on.
D3 damage. Boom. Dead. Terminator. Wham. Bam. I had to fire 2 Razorbacks at you though. That could have been a dead Land Raider instead. I think you got off that.
I'm quite glad you chose to shoot the Terminators. I wouldn't have shot just the 2 of them left.
No?
Well, they've only got 5 attacks in close combat, a couple of bolters.
Yeah.
If you've got some guys with power and force weapons, you've got a few melter guns, they'd have done a little bit of damage, but I don't know what else most of these guys have got the range to do in your next turn. So personally, I mean, this has got possessed and my warlord with all those snacky bits in. I'd have chucked some more up here, or maybe even cooked up a couple of spawn.
Well, I'm looking at my quad bolters now and looking at your spawn.
Oh yeah. That was like 13 saves, you need 6s. How many? 10. Like, do I even need to bother?
I don't know what he's saying. Quad bolters going into a spawn, 3s to hit. Re-rolling 1s, so I get no 1s but a bunch of 2s. Strength 5, toughness 5. So 4s, re-rolling 1s because Lieutenant Captain combo. Oh, there's a couple of ones. How many did I get there? That's 6 wounds at -1. What is the spawn save?
5.
5. They never used to have one, right?
No, never at all.
Oh, that's 5 damage.
6 damage.
6 damage.
-1 from heavy bolter, I assume.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Did I kill one?
4 and then half of this chap. I say chap. I like to think of them as chaps. They were once chaps.
It could be a chap S.
Yes.
Let's fire the next quad round in 3s. Rerolling 1s and then pulling away all the 2s. And then 4s, you say?
Yep.
4s. And a bunch of 2s. And, oh dear, look at that. That was
That's
2 wounds. Just 2
not good.
wounds.
I want to see a 6. Oops. But I don't. I guess this guy.
She's gone.
She.
She had a horn in a strange place.
She.
Okay, maybe not a she. And looking across the battle grid, I think that's the end of my shooting survey. So dead Terminators, dead Spawn, dead Defiler. I'll buy that for $1. And now my Grandmaster and Nemesis Dreadnought armor is going to kill me a Helldrake, Hellbrute. You get to Overwatch, and then I'm going to smack you with my big stick. So everybody charged in. I think the Grandmaster in the Dreadnought suit can do it, but I wanted to catapult those other characters a bit further forward. He has 5 attacks when he charges in, and he's going to be hitting on 2s because he isn't crippled yet. And he would be re-rolling because he's in range of himself, but he doesn't need to. His sword is +4, so I'm wounding on 3s. And that's 3. 1, 2, 3. You say you have no invulnerable saves.
I did say that.
I think this is -3 or 4. -3, so 6s will save him.
Oh,
you get 1. He's got 5 wounds left. This does D6 damage.
D6.
7 damage. It's dead. Does it blow up? No. Here we are after the end of combat. Him consolidating that way. He piling consolidating that way, but not getting within an inch of that fly. He is the closest to have to go that way. Sigurmir and the Grandmaster staying in the middle, so they're not the characters, and I don't want them to be targeted and taken out. And that's the end of my turn. I'm certainly not getting that objective there, or getting this one with my Warlord, but I have started to defend objective 1. It's 7 points to the Imperium and only 2 points to the Word Bearers. I think I've stopped a portion of this threat here, but these Warp Talons, they're still coming. There's demons. The warp is flickering overhead. Demons could be summoned this turn. And the Chariot of Doom, the Chariot of Death, what's this called?
Cathedral of Pain.
The Cathedral of Pain, close.
Chariot of Doom.
Sounds
like an Indiana Jones film.
It does actually. Getting closer and closer and closer to the Imperium lines. Still only turn 2. Let's move on to Word Bearers. The orders for the Word Bearers in turn 2 are just kill stuff. He's ditched secure objective 1. If he kills enemy units, he's going to get a point. Kill 3 in any phase, that's D3 points. Big Game Hunter, kill something with a wounds value of 10 or more. There's a few vehicles rocking around out there. Hold the line. Paul says that's against his religion. He's not going to be getting that one. Here we are after the movement phase. The Demon Engine coming around to deal with the Grandmaster, backed up by the Warpsmith. And this Sorcerer has hopped up and over and made sure he's closest to my Warlord. So with smiting and demon shells and things like that, my Warlord could potentially be in trouble. Remember, he wants to kill at least 3 units for D3 points for no prisoners, and he's 5 points behind me right now. This is an easy unit to kill. That should be an easy unit to kill. And then in the middle of the board, advancing, 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 right up the table, possessed, piling outside of the Land Raider, and getting close to charging my lines, backed up by the Flyer. And talk about close to charging my lines. Warp Talons are now coming through the trees. And demons. Demons have been summoned in the backfield. There's a whole load of red wave, big red wave, about to crash into the blue line on this flank. At the end of the movement phase, scrap code from the Warpsmith infected this vehicle. Dreadknights are vehicles. He drops a mortal wound down to 8. Then in the psychic phase, he's smiting. My Warlord is closest. So smite away, sir. And that's a pass. I'm going to try and deny it. And that's a 6, so I do not deny it. That's D3 mortal wounds on my warlord. That does 1 mortal wound. His warlord trait, he with a cura sacrifice, his relic, sorry, ignores this on a 5 up. He doesn't ignore it. He takes a wound. And then the other one, you were going to do the +1 attack, +1
Diabolic strength.
Diabolic strength on him. You pass it with a 5.
I do not pass it because it's a 6.
Okay, so anything out? Okay, over here with this one.
Okay, just smite here.
Just smite.
Because I won't do warp time on principle to move corn demons because it's just wrong.
It's wrong. I
Wrong.
like it.
So smite. Ooh,
that
big smite.
Big smite. D6 mortal wounds on the intercept.
But you have 2 librarians who are in range of the guy.
Oh yeah, but I'm gonna need a 12.
You need boxcars, but
12. Nope, that's D6 mortal wounds on the intercept. 3 of them.
Goodness me! Ouch!
Out. 3 of them just fall. The horrors are trying to smite the sergeant.
The horror's going to get the 1d6, so
Okay.
I need a 5 or a 6, which I do not get.
Which you do not get. And that's the end of the psychic phase. While we're talking about psychic phases, I remember now that I forgot to do my psychic with the Grey Knights. With the Grey Knights. There was a lot of smiting down here that I could have done last turn, and I forgot. Their minds clouded by the warp that is broiling overhead, affecting the Grey Knight psychic powers. At least that's how I'm going to spin it, because really I'm an idiot. Anyway, let's move on.
The clouding, not the idiot
Thanks.
thing. Sorry.
No,
To my gracious host. I'll stop talking now.
I'm an idiot. Let's move on to the shooting phase. Okay, in the shooting phase, we had a combi plasma, consecrating flame, coming in on the remaining sergeant from the intercessor squad, and he took it. Now the land raiders firing the havoc, the heavy bolters down here, and all 4 las cannons going into the ironclad dreadnought. What are we doing first?
Let's do the dreadnought.
Okay. 3s to hit. They
4
all
hits.
hit. 3s to wound. And that's 3 wounds. It's -3. I have a 3 up save. I need 3 6s. I get none. 3d6 damage. That's it, dead dreadnought. It has 8 wounds. You did 8 damage. That's just enough. Does it blow up? He doesn't blow up. The ironclad has fallen. Now the ironclad has fallen. The Forge Fiend is spending a stratagem again, blasphemous machines, and firing down at which Razorback? This one is the one he can see,
That's
right?
correct, yes.
So that allows him to move and shoot his heavy weapons as though he stood still. So he's sitting on 4s instead of 5s. And you only get 2 hits.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3s to wound and -1 AP, 2 damage a pop. So nothing. Burn the command point and the shells just ricocheting off the front armour of the Razorback.
Them's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yep.
I should learn not to load my guns with cookies.
Then we move over here. The sorcerer loading another demon shell into his bolt pistol, pointing it at my warlord. 3s to hit. You miss.
That's not good.
That means the demon doesn't like being shoved into a bolt gun, and instead you do D3 mortal wounds to yourself. The demon turned around, jumped out of the barrel of the gun, and exploded.
How dare you?
Yeah, how dare
you try and confine me so?
Yeah. But you can. I'm firing in Decimator Siege Engine, trying to hit the Terminators, and I think you only hit twice.
I only hit once because I moved the guy. I
Oh,
should
no.
have used the demon stratagem on him instead of the cookie gun.
Okay, so that's 1 hit. Strength 8, right?
Yep.
That is a wound minus.
1.
I save it.
Okay. So we'll go for the Hellflamer, heavy D6.
5 hits. That's nice. Where are you going?
Didn't have enough dice in a minute.
3s?
Yep.
Okay, that's 3 wounds. Minuses?
-1, but again, these are 2 wounds apiece.
Don't fail. 1's dead. Do I command point it? Yes, I do. 1's dead. The dice gods say no. I'm going to keep the hammer alive, though, which means the side cannon buys it. Is that it for the Decimator Siege Engine?
It is, however, I'm also going to fire the Warpsmith at the guy.
Damn it. He's got a flamer and a melter, right?
Yeah, melter first. Hits.
2's to wound. Okay, this could sting. 5 up.
Makes
I make it. I'm alive.
Flamer. Uh-oh.
2 hits. Force to wound.
Not so much.
Snake Eyes, he manages to stand firm. So this squad fired at the Terminator, causing 2 wounds with bolt guns.
Right there with the heavy bolters.
They were the heavy bolters, he saves it anyway. Now we've got the normal bolters. 2 wounds with normal bolters, and he takes a wound, but he is still alive. After that failure, these guys firing their auto cannons all the way down at the Primaris Marine, hitting on everything hits. Nice. 3s to wound. 3 wounds. Now this is -1 but +1 because I'm in cover. I've got 1 wound left and he's alive. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Hellblade going into the bike, forced to hit because it's a heavy gun. 1 hit.
Wounds.
1 wound.
Save.
And I save it. And I think that's the end of your shooting phase. You killed an ironclad dreadnought. If you kill him and something else, you will get D3 points. Let's go on to the assault phase or the charge phase. And here we are after the charge phase. Some casualties taken. 1 of the 5 raptors, I want to say, Warp Talons, died as they came in here. And I was trying to bait him to kill that last intercessor. That guy. Because you need to kill 3 things. You need to kill 3 things for your extra points. So I killed 1 when they came in on Overwatch. And I also killed a possessed when they ran into a hail of heavy bolter bullets from the heavy bolter there. But I think that unit is wiped out. And then over here, successful charges. The sorcerer went on a suicide charge into him. We have the warp thing. Him. What's he called? The guy with all the tendrils.
My mind's gone blank. Warpsmith?
Warpsmith. And then the Decimator Siege Engine going into both. And you're activating him first because you're worried about me spending 2 points and activating this one.
Yep.
And you're playing the stratagem.
Demon Forge.
Demon Forge. 1 stratagem and he rerolls to hit, rerolls to wound, where you're applying the attacks.
Oh, they're all going on him.
All going in to the Nemesis Dread Knight Grandmaster. I would certainly do that. So 5 attacks, re-rolling the hit, re-rolling to wound. Hitting on
3s.
Okay, he hits everything. And this is strength 9, so you're wounding on 3s and re-rolling to wound. So that was 3 misses there. And now you've got 4 hits in total. Minus what?
3.
Minus 3. Here's a 4-up invulnerable save, and I really wished I'd have cast Cat Sanctuary on him last turn. But a 4-up invulnerable save, here we go. And I make 3 of them. How much damage does that do? I
3.
think flat 3 damage.
Yep.
He was on 8 wounds. He's now down to 5 wounds left. And as that puts me to a crippled state, I'm going to spend a command point and try and negate that last 3 damage. And I make the save. No damage dealt out by the Decimator for the Emperor. Next up, the Sorcerer hitting the Grandmaster. 3 attacks hitting on 3s. And with Death to the False Emperor, you get an extra hit there.
Thank you.
So that's 3 hits
3.
in total. Strength, Power Sword?
Force sword.
Yeah,
So
so
it's 4.
Force. And that's 1 wound. I had my 4-up invulnerable save, Iron Halo, which I fail.
You can actually take your 3-up power armor because it's. Oh no, sorry, wrong line. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and this does D3 damage because it's a force weapon, which does 2. The Cuirass Sacrifice, 2 5-ups. And I negate 1 of them with my relic, but 1 gets through, knocking my Warlord down to 4 wounds left. Warpsmith hitting the last remaining Terminator. 3 attacks with a power axe, hitting on 4s will do it. Wounding on 5s, that's 1 wound.
Wounding on 3s, actually.
Wounding on 3s, that's 2 wounds. Minus 1 for a power axe.
Power axe, minus 2.
That's minus 2. And I make it.
And I also get 2 Mechadendrite attacks.
Yep.
Which both hit.
Yep.
Wounding on 4s. No AP on those.
And I make it. So up here, all of these attacks, you only put 1 wound on the Warlord. That was disappointing.
Yes, I'm disappointed.
And moving up from the top end of the table down into my deployment zone, the Warp Talons hitting the Tactical Marines. And they're hitting on 3s and they get an extra attack. The 6.
Death to the False Emperor.
Who is the real Emperor. He's not very false, you know.
He's a dead guy in a chair.
Force to wound with shred. That's just 2 wounds so far.
Oh, that was
That's 4 wounds. -3 are power claws.
-2.
Are they? Only -2.
-2.
So I make 2 saves.
That's disappointing.
We missed out an attack on the champion, which did damage, and I make the save. And after that attack, now we've got the possessed coming swinging into here. They have
1 attack each.
only 1 attack each. But they are within 9 inches of the Dark Apostle for all their rerolls. Swing away. 3s. And rerolling everything. Cool. And strength 5, toughness 5, because you're all engaged with a gun. But it's all going to spill over. Oh yeah, 2 6s.
But you're the False Emperor. And
3
and you
6s.
suck. That's an extra attack, so we do get the reroll for it.
Yep. Okay. So that's a lot of hits.
Just nudged him back by mistake. The strength 5.
And that's toughness 5 on the gun. You missed the dice there.
4s.
Whoa. That's pretty good. -2, right?
-2.
And each does 2 damage.
Correct.
So how many's there? I can see 8 there. 8 5-ups. No, they're wiped out. They are gone. I mean, made 2 saves, equivalent of 12 damage. You slaughter them. Then the possessed pile in 3 inches to engage the next unit, so I can't shoot him next turn, but I can hit him this turn. And as that's the end of your assaults, I'm going to start hitting you. So I might as well do this. These guys pile in. There is a power sword in that unit, as I say, WYSIWYG everywhere. So
One of these guys is wounded.
one of the guys is wounded. So I've got 4 normal attacks, 3s and 4s, 1 wound.
Good.
And he's good. And then the sergeant with his power sword there, 3s and 4s, -3 AP.
Demon save? No.
Die, demon.
Bye.
Die. Over here.
We'll just summon him back into another host later. It's fine.
2 hits. 2 wounds on your raptors, thingy bobs, warp talons, whatever they are. I don't know. Spiky guys.
They are ex-warp talons. They
Are you sure you don't want a command point one of them? Do it.
No, I'm sure.
Do it.
No. Not for a 5-up, no.
So 2 left there. Then we come all the way over here. Right, my Grandmaster versus your Sorcerer. Grandmaster's had 5 attacks. He's got a pair of falchions, which gives him 6 attacks. He hits on 2s. He re-rolls 1s. That didn't help. And they're strength 4.
Didn't you say he hits on 2s?
Yeah, re-rolling 1s and then...
But you've got 2s.
Did I?
Those 2s are 2s. So
Okay.
you may roll to wound with those.
So that's 3 wounds in total.
Okay.
-3. Does he have an invuln?
No.
Okay.
See ya.
That's D3 damage each. I could roll trip 1s. I don't roll trip
He had 3 wounds left.
okay. And then my Nemesis Great Knight Thingy Bob turns around and smacks your guy on 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. Everything hit. This is strength 10 versus...
Not enough. 7.
3s. 3 wounds. -3.
Is that 4 there? Looks like 4.
4 wounds. 4 wounds, sorry.
4 wounds, okay.
Minus-
-3, I'll take my demon save. You get to re-roll to wound because it's demon.
Oh yeah, thank you. 5 wounds.
I'll take my 5 demon saves. Not enough.
So that's 4 get through. That sword does D6 damage a pop. Yeah, that's 12 damage.
Go on,
Does
blow
it?
up, blow up. No, the opposite of blowing up,
He
just
does.
slumping in an embarrassed way.
Then my guy with a hammer will hit your Warpsmith. Hitting, and he's a Justicar because he's got a hammer. Hitting on 4s and wounding on 2s. 2 wounds. -3 on your Warpsmith.
Saves a 5 up.
And each of them does 3 damage each. That's 6 damage on him. Whoa. Did that just happen?
It did.
Okay, I'm consolidating now. Should have consolidated at the end of every single fight, but with a camera in hand and trying to narrate, doing it quickly for speed. So that's where they end up at the end of that combat. And you needed to slaughter some of my stuff, and you killed an Ironclad and a Quad Bolter. So you get
crew count as a
1
separate
point.
unit?
No, that's 1 unit. That is 1 unit
It's
thing.
worth a try.
And in return, I killed your Sorcerer, your Warpsmith, and your Demon Engine. So you killed 2, I killed 3 in your turn. You get a point for slaughtering something, but you didn't get Big Game Hunter.
I I didn't.
And I get 2 points for defending objective 1. And it's only the end of turn 2. It's 8 points to the Imperium, 3 points to the word bearers. This assault down here didn't go as well as it could have. But everything that I have got is now out of these vehicles and now on the table. And there's demons coming through the trees. There's greater demons coming next to the Land Raider. So far, everything the Land Raider's pointed at has died. You forgot Big Game Hunter. You forgot to smack your las cannons into one of these Razorbacks. I don't think I'm going to see Paul make that same mistake twice. So I'm doing all right so far, but the game is a long way from over. Let's go on to Imperium turn 3. It's the start of my turn. It's 8 points to 3. I ditched the priority orders received. I need to secure objective 2, defend objective 3, and secure objective 4. Before we go to the movement phase, let me just show you. There's 2 or 3. There's 4. So those aren't gonna happen at all. But I will be able to secure objective 2 and get a point. Here we are in the movement phase. Significant gap down here. So in the long run, my push for this quarter of the battle grid worked, and Sagan Mir, the captain, the Grandmaster himself, my warlord, is about to enter the ruins. Still got one Terminator hanging tough in the backfield and a Storm Raven zipping over to this side of the battle grid. Intercessors and Hellblasters bringing full guns to bear up the centre of the table. And then round here, I did not break away this squad from combat. Civitas Kane and the Lieutenant are not my warlord, so they're going to join in and try and slaughter these possessed in one glorious round of combat. And I've got Psychers helping them out. These guys did fall back from them who passed their morale test. We did the morale off camera and they passed. And I want to kill them. Hold that objective. Interceptors, I forget. The jumpy dudes in here, gonna shoot them. Let's not pull the trigger. Let's do the psychic phase. The Might of Heroes, casting it on Kane, Captain Kane. And that doesn't work. The next thing he's going to do, the guy with the staff, is Fury of the Ancients going that way. Need a warp charge of 7 though. That doesn't work either, so both of them whiffed. This one, Smiting. I get off Smite. Then I'm going to do Psychic Scourge, try and kill the last Havoc, and that fails. So Havoc, Warp Talon. Warp Talon. So that's it for the Psychic phase over there. Let's go up over here. Sagan Mir, Smite, passes. This will be D3 mortal wounds on that unit. Do you want to try and block it?
What was the roll you got? Sorry, was it 8?
A 9.
A 9. No.
One of those dies. This chap, now casting Smite, not forgetting psychic powers from my Grey Knights. That passes. It's an 11, but it only ever does 1 damage to them. So 1 more mortal wound to that unit. The Grand Master is going to try and cast Sanctuary on the Dread Knight. And that passes on a 6.
Is that the +1 invulnerable save?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to try and stop that.
Okay, you need a 7. And you block it. So you've stopped him getting an invulnerable save. The next thing he's got is Purge Soul. Picking that unit. Have I done a Purge Soul? Oh yeah, I've already tried a Purge Soul, so I can't do it. So instead he's going to Smite. That works. That kills 1 more in that squad.
Even the Grandmaster just does the 1?
Yeah. Grey Knights only ever do 1 damage when they smite. This guy, smiting. That doesn't work. And then over to him. He's going to smite, try and smite them. And that passes. That's another mortal wound off that squad.
Jeez.
And now Gate of Infinity. And he's out of there. Not very many places to put him back here because this Warp Talon and the demons, so in the end, I dropped in here. I need him closer to my castle, ready to defend these lines. Let's move on to the shooting phase. Small arms fire from Stormbolters and Side Cannons, killing a couple more in this lot here. And now the Hellblasters and the Intercessors are going to open up when they spawn because I don't like them. Taking 2 wounds off a demon. Now the Dread Knight is going to fire his side cannon into the demon. And 12-inch range heavy incinerator auto hitting the flyer. D6 times. 5 times. Strength 6 versus toughness 6. That's 4 wounds, -1. It's got a 3-up save. I've got 3 wounds, -1. 4-up save. Failing one of them, that does 2 damage, putting it from 8 down to 6. And now I'm firing the heavy psi cannon. I said demons, I meant spawn into them. They look like demons to me.
Racist.
He's typically hitting on 2s, but he's hitting on 3s because he moved. Rerolling 1s, so everything hit. Strength 7.
Goodness me.
Only 2.
What's the minus?
-1. It does 2 damage, so it kills 1, puts 1 down to 2.
2 damage each shot.
Yep. Then round here, 1 biker into the warp talon. And the first bike missed his target because it moved and it's a heavy weapon, but the second one wiped it out. And now we're going to fire the intercessor and the inceptors into these horrors because they're pink, and pink should never be on a battlefield in 40k. And in the end, 5 of the horrors got wiped out there. And now we're on to the big guns. I've got the Storm Raven up there and the Razorbacks down here, and I don't really know what to fire at. I'm tempted to fire at this thing. I want to fire at the demon, but I can't because he's not the closest model. This thing's in the way. So if I kill that, then I could shoot at them because they're all engaged. They're not. But I think I really need to kill that Land Raider because everything it's been pointing at, it's been killing. So yeah, okay. Razorback number 1 into your Cathedral of Pain.
That's the one.
3s to hit. Re-rolling 1s. So I only get 1 hit. Strength 9. That's a wound. -3, so this is a 5-up save, which failed. This will do d6 damage. 2. Only 2. So let's fire the second guy into him. 1 hit. Re-rolling. That's 2 hits. Oh, and I need 3s to wound. That's 1 wound. Re-rolling the 1. 2 wounds. 2 5-up saves on your Cathedral of Pain. You make one of them, and this does d6 damage. So that's 5 damage in total. These 2 Razorbacks putting 7 damage on the Cathedral. How many's he got left?
6.
6 left. So let's fire melter shots and missile shots up its bum from the Storm Raven, and then the assault cannon. I think I'm gonna have to do the assault cannon into it as well. Everything into it. Let's kill it. It's got 6 left. I want it dead. 2 melters, 3s to hit. Both hit. Strength 8, toughness 8. Both wound. It's -4, 2, 6-up saves for your Cathedral. You make neither of them. I'm not in melter range for the multi-melter. How many wounds have got left?
6.
6, but they both hit.
Yeah.
So d6 and d6 is dead. Does it blow up? The Cathedral does not go boom. It's just turned to melted slag. The rest of the missiles from the Storm Raven gunship bounce into its dead carcass. Maybe a bit of overkill there, but you know what my rolling's like if you've been watching any battle reports from Winter's SEO anytime soon. And that's the end of my shooting and psychic phase. We've got some assaults to do. Terminator failed to get up there, and Segomir had to burn a command point to get far enough up there. And my Warlord is in the barricades as well. But I'm worried about these guys interrupting the charge. So I'm going to start over here with my captain into the Possessed. Right, the Possessed have 2 wounds each, so I think I have to smack him with my fist, the Boltstorm Gauntlet, rather than the sword. He's got 5 attacks. I wanted 6 with my heroes, but I failed. He would be hitting on 2s, but it's 3s because it's a power fist. And I'm re-rolling 1s, so there's 2 2s. And it's double my strength, so I'm wounding on 2s, re-rolling 1s because I'm stood right next to the Lieutenant. Okay, so you've got 3 5-up invulnerable saves to make.
No.
Oh, trip 1s. This does D3 damage a pop. No one in here is wounded yet, but they've got 2 wounds each. First one, that
Dead.
one. Second one,
Dead.
Third one, it takes a wound.
Unhappy.
Takes a power fist to the face. He's a bit unhappy, but he can smack back. I'm going to keep going unless you want to interrupt.
I'm interrupting that.
Okay. So Paul has paid to 2 command points. He's interrupting. There's 5 possessed left. They're all going into my lieutenant here because they can smell the Ultramarines gene seed. How many attacks?
3 attacks. I have 1 command point left, and I'm going to use it.
Okay, so 2 command points left because you said for Monarchia, right?
Yes, and I was going to shout it dramatically when I rolled the dice. I still will.
For Monarchia.
Is that 5 guys?
5 guys, because you're a big Horus Heresy fan, right?
Oh, yes.
And the Ultramarines were there when the Custodes and Malquador the Sigillite turned up and made you kneel. So
Never
this is a revenge.
Again. For Monarchia!
3s to hit, that's pretty good hitting. And 3s to wound. Lieutenants don't have an in-bun. And it does 2 damage each. And
that's right.
Okay, so I've got to make 5 saves of 5 up. And he takes 10 damage. You slaughter him. Right, so that worked. So let's hit you back with the other guys. 4 normal dudes, 2 hits and 2 wounds and a power sword. Dropping something on the floor, 2 hits and no wounds with the power sword. So 2 normal wounds on the possessed. One's on 1 wound left. And they live. I think that's it for the assaults. I think I've smacked everything. Oh no, that's them. Then we're coming back over here. So my Warlord, he's a Grandmaster. He's got 5 attacks, but he's got a pair of falchions, which gives him 6. And he's hitting on 2s. And he rerolls 1, so he doesn't need the reroll. They are power swords, so he only wounds on 4s. And that's 2 wounds at -3 each, 2 6-up saves on these guys. And one of them survives. Yeah, he's got 4 sacks, hitting on 3s. It's +1, so I'm wounding on 3s. It's -2, so you've got a 5-up. Which you fail, it does D3 damage, killing 1 more. And I think that's it for the assaults. And now you can pile in with these guys and fight back again. Who do you want to put all of it on? My Warlord or Grand Librarian Sagan Mir?
I think we know the answer to that one.
Warlord is going to get it. I just noticed this. This guy's got a Power Fist. Power Fist to the face coming up. 1 hit. Wounds on a 2. Okay, this could sting. I've got 4 wounds left. 4 up invulnerable save, which I fail. This does D3 damage. It's a Power Fist. Doing 2 big damage. Will the Cuirass sacrifice Relic of the Armory keep me safe on a 5-up? No. My Warlord is down to 2 wounds left. And then you've got the other 2 guys. Smacking him as well. 3s and 4s with a 2-up save. Safe. And we just noticed he got a 6 when he hit him with a Power Fist, so he gets another attack. Death to the False Emperor. Oh no.
But that doesn't create another one.
Yeah, so wounds on a 2. That's another wound. I need a 4-up in Van. You could kill him here. Iron Halo. Iron Halo standing firm. Or the dice gods saying no, because whenever you forget anything...
The dice gods hate it.
The dice gods do hate it. Okay, then we did morale tests. They passed. The Spawn isn't fearless anymore. He passed. And basically... no extra casualties taken from morale unless you're demons.
Sorry, Winters, I've just realised something.
What?
The possessed could fail.
Okay. They're fine.
They're fine. The demons could fail, or they could all randomly come back. Neither.
And they're okay as well.
Oh,
3 plus 5 is 8. So let's figure out how many you take away. I think it might be 2. And at the end of that turn, I secured an objective somewhere. Oh yeah. This one here, that's all I've managed to do. It's 9 points to 3. I'm managing to hold up the advance here. The Warp Talons are dead, the Terminators are dead. They're locked up, and Civitas Kane could probably keep them... Just one.
Oh, yeah.
One Uno Pink Horror Die. Civitas Kane can keep them locked up for a while. However, there are demons coming. More demons coming. Losing that Land Raider was a heavy blow. These guys seem a bit isolated to me. And yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I am winning on points, but it's a card game. Any of the orders can turn at any point. Let's go on to Word Bearers. Turn 3. Here are the orders for the Word Bearers, and they are good. Big Game Hunter's still in his hand. Kill a vehicle, basically. He gets a point. Supremacy. That's D3 points if he manages to score any 3 objectives. And Master of the Warp, that's D3 points if he manages to do 3 psychic powers. There's 6 points in this game, D3 plus D3. It could be a tied game, or even the Word Bearers could be in the lead at the end of this turn. Here we are after the movement phase. No stratagems left in Paul's pocket. The Word Bearers are going to just have to do this with sheer ferocity. The, what's it called?
Hellblade.
Hellblade wants to get big game hunter. He can be helped out by the Forge Fiend over there. And then as for supremacy, well, he's got 1 objective here and 1 objective there. Then over here, cheekily, he just pulled back out of combat. And with the new objective secured rules, that, well, they outnumber me anyway, you've got that one as well. Essentially, you've got 3 objectives straight away. That's D3 points. And now you want to get 3 psychic powers off. There's a Psyche there, and your Librarian and Terminator armor there. Sorcerer. Sorcerer, did I say Librarian? He was a Librarian once, but then he got led astray.
He saw the light.
And
it was dark.
He saw the light and it was dark. He got seduced by the words of Lorgar, that treacherous whore. Let's move on to the psychic phase. Okay, the Demon Prince starting off with a psychic attack, and my captain would be closest. Looking for a smite here. And that's a pass on a 9. I need to deny, and I fail. My Librarian fails that. That's 1 psychic power. D3 wounds on Kane, and he takes 2 wounds, dropping him down to, in Gravis armor, I think they start off with 6. Now from over here to the Sorcerer, attempting to smite. And that's a 7. My Librarian is in range, so I need a 8. And I don't deny it, and that's smite. What's the closest one? I think it's him. He's on 1 wound left, so he's dead. He's dead. Okay, and then the last psychic power.
Well, there's no point in casting Death Hex because no one has an invulnerable save, so I will attempt to move myself. Warp time on myself.
Warp time.
8.
8, and you do it. And I've tried to deny, and I've tried to deny, and that's 3 psychic powers. You do move yourself. That was cheeky, but I like it. And with a fizz of warp magic, he jumps closer to the Inceptors. The Hellblade, strafing run at the Razorback as he comes over the top, hitting on 4s.
5s, unfortunately.
5s. Oh, that's just 1 hit.
Which doesn't wound.
Which doesn't wound. Now you've got Big Daddy in the background there.
Yeah. Okay.
4s to hit, he stayed still, right?
Yeah, he stayed still. That's a bunch of hits.
6 hits, and he'll wound on 3.
3s to wound.
And that's 4 wounds. It's -1. -1. Failed. That's 4 damage because it does 2 damage, dropping the Razorback down to 6 wounds remaining. And now we've got auto cannons from the backfield, from the Marines, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 4s with a -1, which I fail. That's 2 damage again, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Dropping it down to 4. It's crippled now. At least it won't be shooting you as meanly as it was before, but the big game hasn't been hunted yet. I think you're running out of gun. Then after the big guns failed to kill this, we did some small arms. I say small arms, there was a melter. This unit advanced, but the melter slagged one of the intercessors here. And then we had combi plasma and shots from the horrors, killing one of the Inceptors. There's only 2 left in that squad. Interrupting the charge phase, the Sorcerer made it into the Inceptors. He took a bullet to the face, but his Terminator armor shrugged it off. Now the Demon wants to get there so he can smack that. He's just took Overwatch from the quad and from the 2 Razorbacks because he would have been within an inch. And he survived all the damage, all the shots coming in. Now you need a 10 to get where you want to. You roll an 8. So I think you're just going to kill the quad, which will get you, which won't get you big game hunter, but this unit has been hurting you all game. Then in the remainder of the charge phase, Bloodletter's coming around, ready to pile in to get into both of these units, and the Spawn breaking through the trees and into the intercessors. The Bloodletters piling in here, some of them attacking the troop squad down here, the remaining attacks going into Captain Civitas Kane. They don't benefit from the Legion trait from the Dark Apostle over there. Managing to kill 2 in this squad, and the rest of the stuff onto Civitas Kane, my captain. He's got 5 4-up invulnerable saves to make, which do 1 damage each. And he takes 4 wounds and he's dead. He had 2 that do 2 damage each, and basically he took 6 wounds in total. So my captain in Gravis Armour gets slaughtered by the Bloodletters, and the remaining 3 tactical marines get slaughtered by the possessed. My line is crumbling. This is what it looks like after the consolidation move. There's demons in my lines, and now the demon prince is taking out those quad gunners there, and he slaughters them with ease. And when the gunners go, you remove the rapier carrier, and now we've got a demon coming for the Nemesis Dread Knight. And now the spawn is attacking the intercessors, those guys. And with trip 1s, he did no damage whatsoever. And
So
that's the
tripped
end.
over his own eyelids, or
Yeah, the part of his belly just hanging out somewhere. Right, okay, so it's my turn to smack back again.
not quite, sir. I have the sorcerer to whack these guys over here.
Damn it. So because they're toughness 5, the Inceptors, the sorcerer failed to wound. So I'm going to smack back all the way across the line, and then we'll show you what it looks like. And then the Inceptors fought back, and he's got Terminator armor. He managed to take it. This squad swinging back into the Possessed and the Razorback, and the Possessed managed to take it. And then over here, I'm trying to film Cat. And then over here, the Intercessors had a go at the Chaos Spawn, and the Chaos Spawn managed to take it. Long story short,
Chaos Spawn lost a wound. He's got 1 left.
I did some damage. I was going to say long story short, I didn't do any damage back, but I did do some damage. So let's talk about long story short now. What we've got is demons piling into my lines. And when I look across the table, yes, it's 9 points to 3 for me, but I've got very little left. I've got a couple of Terminators up this side of the battlefield, and a Grandmaster, and a Storm Raven flying through the air, but I've got very little left. You've got very little left. So the Word Bearers get D3 points for Harness the Warp and D3 points for Supremacy. Let's see what they
Harness the Warp.
That's 3.
3 points.
Okay.
Supremacy?
Yeah, can you do it twice? Oh, you can do it twice. It's 9 points to 9. The Dice Gods are with you. The Chaos Gods are with you. Let's descend into turn 4. I have 3 command points left. I'm ditching defend objective 3 because it's held down by the Word Bearers, and I've got secure objective 3, held down by the Word Bearers. Secure objective 4, held down by the Word Bearers. What are you doing to me, High Command? And Supremacy, I need 3 objectives for D3 points, and I might just be able to do this one. Here we are after my movement phase. Objective 3 and 4 are here. I'm not going to be able to do that. And to get Supremacy, I need to kill these guys. So all guns come to bear, standing still to fire at full ballistic skill, and with a lot of smiting going on, should be able to kill them and take that objective. And this objective, the Intercessors falling back, I will be able to fire at full ballistic skill using Ultramarines Chapter Tactics, but it'll be -1 to hit at this thing on 1 wound. That's 2 objectives. And this is the 3rd objective over there, and the horrors are further than 3 inches away from the centre of that one. They fell back from the sorcerer. So that's my D3 points for Supremacy. This unit also fell back from the Possessed, as did the Razorback. The Razorback won't be able to fire because it doesn't have Chapter Tactics. Bike standing still to get the Melters at full BS. And the Tech Marine moving forward, I can heal D3 wounds on the Rhino Razorback at the end of my turn, so let's do that now. That's 3, puts it back up to 7, which is interesting because that's out of its crippled state now, firing at full BS, and it didn't move. Starting here, I want Sanctuary. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do is I've got 3 command points left. I'm going to pay 2 command points to get this character from a 4-up to a 3-up invulnerable safe. Heed the prognosticars. So he's on a 3-up invuln, and now I need Sanctuary, and then it will put him on a 2-up invuln, and that's a 6. That succeeds, and then you need to deny, and
no.
You deny. No. So
Mortal.
now I'm going to smite, and you're the closest guy, That passes. That only does 1 wound to him, but at least he's smitten. Let's go over here. This guy smiting at that squad, and that's a perils.
But it is also. You still get the.
I made +1 to my psychic test, putting it up to 13, but I don't think that works. That perils, he'll suffer D3 mortal wounds. He's dead, and it still goes off and hits them and kills 1 in that squad. So then this guy will smite, coming in. That passes. That's 2 in this squad dead. And now my warlord will also smite. And that passes. So all 3 of these wiped out with smiting mind bullets from the Grey Knights. And then the Grandmaster has got Purge Soul left. So he might as well do that as well at this squad down here. And Purge Soul passes. This is a leadership test. And I add this dice roll to it. 9 plus 6 is 15. They've got leadership 8.
+1 for the icon.
Okay, so leadership 9 plus 4
13
is that's 2 wiped out. Segamir's got Might of Heroes and Null Zone. No point in either of them, so let's smite 1 more time. And that's another smite on this unit, but this does D3 wounds because it's a normal librarian. So it does 1 more. Mind bullets ricocheting around this fortress here. Imagine the air rippling and Chaos Space Marines dying. And I've got more Psychers back here. Right, he's got Might of Heroes and Psychic Scourge. Let's do Smite and Psychic Scourge on them. Smite passes. You can't deny anymore. Oh yeah, you can over there. You need a 9 to beat this though.
But I won't.
Okay, D3 mortal wounds on the... That's 1. And one of these was on 1 wound left, so it does kill 1. So the only thing I can really do with the guy with the axe is Smite. And that passes. It does D3 mortal wounds.
What does it pass on?
That was a 7. Passes on. Horrors can deny, but they only get 1 dice. They can't beat a 7. And the closest guy to the librarian with the axe is the spiky thing, Hell Talon Blade thing.
Yeah.
That works.
One of those.
One of them. That's my psychic phase done. Killed a possessed. He's on a 3-up invuln, not a 2-up invuln, because Sanctuary was blocked. And lots of powers happening over here. Now I'm going to fire some small arms into these guys and into those guys. And yeah, let's do the small arms fire first. This one killed 2 of them. Now the heavy side cannon can see 1 chap. He stood still, he hits on 2s, and he wounds on 3s. And that's 2 saves at -1 +1, so 2 3-up saves, and it can kill models that aren't in line of sight.
It can indeed.
And you only 1 dies anyway. You don't necessarily have to take him because I've got no more shooting from this angle.
You got no more shooting from that angle?
Not from that angle, no.
In which case, I'll take the pleb with a gun.
Okay, so let's shoot the intercessors at the spawn. Right, they managed to do 3 wounds. He's in cover, but he's not infantry, so he doesn't benefit from it. -1. 6 as you need. You made 2,
but I've only got 1 wound left.
Yeah, and that kills him, which means my Hellblasters can shoot at your demon. Now, I know you keep telling me to overcharge.
Go on.
I'm not overcharging.
What else are you going to do with him?
I'm going to fire plasma in your face. Plasma to the face. 3s to hit. See, that would have killed 1. That would have killed 2. I rolled 2 1s there.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Strength 7, but it's -4. So 3s to wound. 3 wounds in total. 3 invulnerable saves.
Of 4 up because I've got my my Zinch power in effect.
Yep.
Which has helped a little.
Takes 2 wounds. Has he taken any wounds yet?
Yes,
right,
he has.
It's down to 5. Right, I'm confident I can smack you with my big stick with him. And I need to kill some demons. Let's do the Tech Marine first with his plasma cutter, which hits and wounds. 5 up invulnerable save on the demon.
Nope.
Which you fail. And then his flamer hits 6 times. Which are they toughness 3?
Yep.
And wounds 5 times on those demons. So 1's dead already. And another 4 follow suit. Back to the Dread Knight. Heavy Incinerator's got 12-inch range, so I'm going to drop it on them. Heavy Side Cannon going up there. The heavy side cannon's got 6 shots. He's hitting on 3s because he moved. And he's re-rolling 1s. Everything hits. 3s to wound. And that's 4 wounds, -1 to your save on these guys. And it does 2 damage a pop. Not
-1, did you say?
Yep. And you've got 2 more saves to make. So 1 dies. And another one bites the dust. And then D6 auto hits on the bloodlet. It's just 2. Wounds on 2s. Snake eyes. They walk through flame. They are born of this stuff. Then both of the bikes and the squad that fell back and the librarians opened up into the possessed, leaving 1 left. His friends just smeared out behind him. The Inceptors fired into the pink horrors. There's 1 of them left. Now we're on to the big guns. Do I fire at the... So, yeah, this thing is going to fire up the table at the Forge Fiend because it's about the last thing that can hurt some of my vehicles. Hitting on 3s because it didn't move, and that's 2 2s right there. Bugger. So this thing, within 12-inch range of the base from the melters, so firing melters there, it just makes narrative sense to fire 2 missiles straight across into your flyer. And meanwhile, the turret gunner will strafe there. So firing backwards, firing forwards. Does that make sense to you?
Oh yeah, he's flown over here, trying to turn that to slag en route. The missiles get fired as he's going, trailing through the sky, as they're trying to lacerate the Marines with assault cannon rounds.
It's a beautiful thing. Let's blow this out the sky. Hitting on 4s with the 2 missiles. 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. No, the missiles fire wide. That doesn't happen at all. 12 assault cannon hits on the Marines to its right as it dips its wings, hitting on 3s. That was a hit. Wounding on 3s. It manages to hit 6 of them as it flies past. Can their unholy armor keep them firm? 4s to save. 3 of them get shredded as the Gatling fire rips into them, and then the 2 melters as it strafes overhead to that demonic engine. Both of them hit. Strength 8. Toughness of a Forge Fiend, I think it's 8.
7.
It's 7. 3s, that's 1 wound, 1 5-up invulnerable save on the demon engine, which you fail. And it's 2d6, pick the highest at this range. 6. That's the end of my shooting phase. Did what I needed to do up here, cleared away some back here, and now I'm going to charge Grandmaster versus Demon, a battle for the ages. That's a 3-inch charge, and I'm slowed by going through terrain by 2. So I need to command point it, and I've got 1 command point left, and I've got to reroll both of these dice as per the errata. I need a 2, which means I need a 4. I need a 4. Don't fail me now, Emperor. He's in, and I have no command points left. Here we are, Demon versus Dread Knight. This is what these suits were made for, to protect the Grey Knights when they went up against big things like this that are 3 times taller than them. The Grandmaster has 5 attacks. He's hitting on 2s, and he's re-rolling 1s because he's in range of himself, and everything hit. Using the sword, strength 10, wounding on 3s. 4 wounds. You've got 4 4-up invulnerable saves because you're Zinchi. Can you do it?
Get away from me, you bitch!
You make 2. 2. He's got 5 wounds left.
Yep.
This sword does D6 damage a pop. Die, demon. Die. No! Snake Eyes!
He's got no command points left.
He's on 3 wounds left. He gets to strike the Grandmaster back.
The warp is not ready to embrace my return yet.
Demon swings back at the Grandmaster with his Hellforged sword. 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Everything hits. What's the strength of this?
7.
7, wounding on 3s. And that's 2 in there. I heeded the procrastinators, prognosticars about this. I knew this day would come. My 4-up is now a 3-up. Let's see if I listened wisely. Yes, I did. Didn't take any damage. They're locked up. They're engaged. And that's the end of my turn. We've got some morale tests to do. I purposely didn't charge any of these chaps because they could probably kill that Tech Marine in close combat. And if those demons charge that Tech Marine, they'll be going through a wall of flame. And to be honest, I'm hoping morale tests kill some of these units here. So it's 9 points to 9. We have a sorcerer here. We have demons still floating around here. You haven't got much left, and it looks like I'm going to take the ruin from you. But when I look across the line, I've got a couple of squads here, 2 empty Razorbacks here, some bikes swinging around, and not much left.
You've got about 5 Psychers. I think you've got the best of it.
I think with the Psychers are definitely helping out, and the Storm Raven, which is untouched so far. Untouched. So it's close. I think it's close. It's 9 points each. That's how close it is. But I get D3 points for supremacy, and I don't have any command points left. And that's what I was keeping them in my pocket for. 6. Ooh, 3 points into the lead as we go to Wordbearer's turn 4.
4.
Who would forget a turn, eh?
I know.
Is this your dead pile?
Yep.
That is immense. Okay, your objectives are secure objective 4, which is sat on 3 points. Secure objective 5, which I'm on. That ain't happening. Kill a Razorback or kill that Dread Knight. Okay, interrupting the movement phase here. Here's objective 4. There's objective 5. These guys have objectives secured. We just measured it up. Basically, Paul rolls a 3 when he advances. He'll steal that from me. So let's see if you get the magic 3. Ooh, they are definitely in there. And when I say objective secured, of course, I'm referring to the rule, the spoilers of the galaxy. They're a troop choice. They take it no matter what. It's 3 points in it, and we're back at the end of the Word Bearers phase. And as you saw, they've got 2 objectives here. And for their third one, they just need to kill this Razorback, which healed 3 wounds, back up to 7. Still in range of the flyer. This thing also heals a wound. It heals a wound a turn every turn, so it can fire at it as well. And it looks like the Bloodletters are going to try and smack it open. You're not falling back. And then the last of the Word Bearers pushing deeper and deeper into the line of the 13th. It's going to the Psychic phase. So, Smiting or Invani, you can only do 1 spell.
If I don't kill you first, I'm dead anyway, so I'm just going to smite you and hope for a nice fat 11.
Ooh, I hope not.
That's
7.
not it, is it?
Okay, I will deny that on an 8. Plus 1, I'll deny on a 7. No, so this does D3 mortal wounds. It does
I'll take that.
2 mortal wounds. It drops him down to 6. Then over here, this sorcerer smiting away.
Yep, smite.
Smite. That
9.
works. You're in range.
Yep.
So I deny you. I deny you, witch.
Fine, I'll come closer then. Warp time.
Warp time. And that's a 6, and I've got the other one. I deny you, witch. Back to the warp with you.
The veil is thickening.
Demon engine firing Hades autocannons at.
The Razorback.
Okay. 4s to hit. That's 3 hits. 3s to wound. 2 wounds. 2 4-up saves. That takes 4 damage off, putting him all the way down to 3 left. You might be able to get Big Game Hunter with those demons there. And you said ectoplasm up here?
Yep, D3.
He's spitting on my plane as it goes by.
Yep.
Okay, that's 3 spits. 5s to hit because it's hard to hit. 2 hits.
2 hits. What's that? Strength 7.
Yep. 4s to wound.
Oh, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Oh, terrible. Right, what else you got?
Right then.
Is there a melter in this squad?
There is not.
Okay, good. I'm pleased about that.
No, it's not. Although I now regret it.
There was a melter in the other squad which killed an intercessor, and that's what...
There is a melter in that squad. And
Is there?
Yeah, I'm going to fire the... Ooh, which order to do them? I think, no, the fighter will try and shoot down the fighter will try and shoot down the tank that's already on the ground.
Okay. 4 shots.
Heavy, and I've moved, so 4s.
Nothing.
They aren't hits, are they?
No. That pilot he's letting you down. You have a melter, but you're going to hit it with the demons, but you have a melter.
Okay.
Big.
How close is that flamer? Not quite close enough. Okay, they're going to do They're going to do the flamer into the tech marine, have some own medicine.
Okay.
And the melter into the...
Flamer on the tech marine.
The flamer on the tech marine.
And the melter into the tank, no doubt, yeah. 2 hits.
Nothing.
No wounds, right? The melter.
4 or more. Come on.
That hits.
Wounds on a 3.
Yes, it does. Burns through the armor, have no save. 3 wounds left, d6.
Oh, and it gets it.
Blows up on a 6.
Do you have any command points left?
No, Paul. No, I don't.
There's that lovely stratagem that you can use when you get shot at that gives you tanks extra armor if you have command points left.
Stop it, Paul. Stop it. There were a few more shots in the shooting phase, some small arms in the backfire that didn't do anything. And then these cultists over here, which have been firing and firing and firing at the Terminator on 1 wound left in the backfield, finally managed to find a mark and killed it off. That Terminator was over 50 points worth for him on his own. That unit, 40 plus points, they've wiped it out. So small arms doing some damage. And here we are. After the charge phase, the Word Bearers, Chaos Space Marines, managed to join in with this demon to try and take out that Nemesis Dread Knight. The Bloodletters got turned into kebabs, crispy fried demons on their way into the Tech Marine, but the Dark Apostle finally manned up and made it in there. He's in there as well, Wobbly Model Syndrome, Possessed versus Librarian, and I didn't manage to wound this Sorcerer as he made it into the Inceptors. So now we are going on to the fight phase. Which fight do you want me to do first? Bear in mind I have no more command points. I cannot interrupt anything.
Okay, let's do the Possessed Champion against the Librarian.
Okay.
He has 3 attacks plus 1 for being the champion.
Okay. Hits on 3s.
Oh, does he have 1 for being the champion? No, I don't think he does.
Okay. And he hits twice.
But I re-roll because I'm near the Dark Apostle.
Yes, you do. So you hit 3 times. You're going to win.
On 3s, because it's 5. That's
1.
good.
It's -2, so I have a 5 up, which I fail and takes 2 damage, putting him down to 1 wound left, I want to say. 2 wounds left on that Librarian. Which one are you going with next?
Let's do this. My Sorcerer.
Okay. 3s to hit. And re-rolling 2 extra attacks.
I've been forgetting that all game.
Death.
Thank you very much for spotting that.
Death to the correct Emperor.
The dead dude in the chair.
And he's got a Force Axe, you said.
Yeah, your Corpse King.
Wounding on 4s though, because I'm toughness. Corpse King.
Yeah, less than that.
That's
More than that. That doesn't cut it. He did that last time as well.
That's what my Corpse King says to you. You missed.
Dagnabbit.
Warlord should be... Right, he's only got 3 attacks, but he hits on 2s and re-rolling because he's a Dark Apostle. So that's good. That everything hits. He's strength 4 plus 2 with the Cursed Crozius. So he's wounded on 3s, and then he gets to re-roll a wound because the Cursed Crozius does that. So that is that many things, and that's -2 AP. He's a Tech Marine, so he's got a 2 up, -2 is a 4 up. 4 ups. And I failed 2, and each does 3 damage. That's 6 damage, and he just smacks him with a Crozius and knocks him out of the way. Brutal. Just tweak the movement a little bit because it's not chess this game. Moving it round there so the Dark Apostle is still within 9-inch range of the unit of Chaos Space Marines that charged my Nemesis Dread Knight Grandmaster, because he gives him reroll to hit. So do you want to smack him with a fist?
Okay, let's do the fist first.
Okay. Both miss.
Reroll.
Reroll. Both now hit. Strength 8, toughness 6.
3s.
Both wound. A 4 up and fun to a 3 up and fun. That stratagem lasts until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
So I need to make 2 3 up invulnerable saves. I fell 1. Does D3 damage?
D3. 2.
2 damage. How many was you on? 6. He's down to 4 left. And then you've got all the other guys swinging in as well.
So that's 6 attacks.
6 attacks. Okay. 3s. Re-rolling.
No 6s.
No 6s. And then 5s. Strength 4 versus toughness 6.
Goodness me.
And you get 4. I have a 2 up save.
Right. Okay.
Normal 2 up save for that, which I pass. So he's down to 4 wounds left, and that's the end of all the charges. So now you activate one of your units that's in combat.
Yep.
We're off to the demon. The demon has the Legion specific keyword, Word Bearers.
Yep.
So he's hitting on 2s and re-rolling.
With 2 extra attacks.
Yeah, I forget.
Which
hit? 6 hits out of 4 attacks. Nice.
Winning on 3s.
Yep. Oh, what are you doing to me, Paul? Everything got in there.
You can fail one.
If I fail one...
You're alright. I say alright, you're on a wound.
Yeah. So this does 3 damage each.
Yeah, don't fail 2.
3 damage each. And I've got a 3-up save. So if I fail 2, he's dead.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what happens. I want to say for the Emperor, but then if it doesn't happen for the Emperor, and then he fails, and then he goes... No, don't even go there, bro. For the Emperor, he has 1 wound left.
He's clinging to life.
He holds.
Clinging to life.
And now I shall smite you, demon. I shall smite you. Okay, he's a degrading profile, but his weapon skill is always 2. But his attacks have dropped to 3. I'm going to do D6 damage a pop, and you're on 3 wounds left. I'm hitting on 2s. Everything hits. Strength 10. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. Did you get the 4 off in bun up?
No, I smited you instead.
So you need to make 2 5-up saves. You make 1 of them, and this does D6 damage. Remember last time I rolled Snake Eyes?
Yeah.
I can still roll a 1. I'm pretty good at rolling 1s. D6 damage. He's dead. Die, demon. Die.
It's only the flesh you've destroyed. The spirit will return.
So the Nemesis Dread Knight Grandmaster stands firm. Then we resolve the remaining combats. He whiffed in his attacks against the possessed. And so did my Inceptors. I didn't manage to damage anything back. And that's the end of turn 4. And you achieved all 3 of your objectives. Securing both of those objectives up in the top end. And getting Big Game Hunter by blowing up that Razorback. By him consolidating in there as well. If I fall back, I'm not shooting. This is on a knife edge. It's 12 points each. Here are my objectives in turn 5. Secure objective 1, secure objective 3, and psychological warfare. Make the cowardly traitors run away. End of turn 5, movement phase for the Imperium. We started at 4,000 points, and the movement phases took a long time, and now I just moved my assets around. I realized how little I've got left. There's one of the objectives that I have to secure. I've got that in the bag. And the Storm Raven had to drop out of VTOL mode because under there is the other objective. Secure objective 3, you measure from the base. So that's 2 points in the lead. Then psychological warfare. So do a lot of damage to these guys. Hopefully make them run away. Remember the Word Bearers Legion trait is they can reroll failed morale tests as well. Nemesis Dread Knight on 1 wound left, locked up. Then over here, they're fallen back away from him. He's fallen back away from him because I want to kill him with smite with mind bullets. And then the Warlord of the Word Bearers will be the closest thing to all of this firepower. Of course, the Razorback can't shoot this turn, but I mean to take me this Dark Apostle's head. Let's go on to the psychic phase. This one, casting Smite. He passes on a 7. Do you wish to try and deny with him over there?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No. And this does D3 mortal wounds and kills the last possessed. Now I'm going to do Fury of Ancients with him. And that fails. This one going for Smite. That passes on a 7. He's the closest enemy unit. That does D3 mortal wounds to your Warlord. Putting him on 1 wound left. And now Psychic Scourge. Fails. Over here, this guy is going to try and do Sanctuary on himself. Because he has Sanctuary. And that passes. And he's also going to attempt to do Gate of Infinity on himself. Oh yeah, I've got 1 wound left. Yeah, I'm doing it anyway. Gate works. I'm out of there. I'm not going to get hit by your fist again. With a flash of light, he disappeared from there. Ended up over here. I want psychological warfare. Let's hurt them. But before we do that, Smite from my Warlord. Passes. Kills one of these. And he's got Psychic Scourge, which I've already tried. No, Psychic Scourge is the other power. He has Purge Soul, which fails. Sagan Mir will try and smite, however. Passes. Sagan Mir does D3 mortal wounds. One more dies to Sagan Mir. Then he'll do Might of Heroes on himself, give him an extra toughness attack and strength. And that passes in many perils. But that passed, we're winding up, ready to swing. Now let's shoot some stuff. Everything into that. 2 melter. Both hit. And I need 3, strength 8, toughness 7, nothing. 2 missiles. Both hit. Strength 8. 1 wound, 1 5 up and 1, which you pass. Then assault cannons fall around it like rain, and it only takes 1 damage in the end, which kind of sucked. Let's try and go for overwhelm with firepower. Flamer on them, heavy side cannon on them. Heavy flamer does, the incinerator does 5 hits, which will wound cultists on 2s, and just kill 3 of them because of the minus AP. And then the heavy incinerator will hit on 3s. Actually, it will probably hit less because he's really, really injured. Hits on a 4 up, so it's now a 5 up because he's on 1 wound left. And surprisingly, that's still 4 hits. This will kill on 2s. And that's 4 more dead. How many did you lose in total? 7.
Yep, 7.
That's a guaranteed psychological warfare there.
She didn't want to fire him something else.
Leaving 1 left. That's perfect.
These guys have got guns. You could finish him off.
No, I think I'll shoot it there instead. Hitting on 3s because he moved, re-rolling the natural fail. So only 2 hits. 2 wounds on these guys. They have their 3 up save because they're in cover and it's -1.
They're good.
They're fine. So they're fine, they took it. Let's kill some of these guys. I'll do it off camera because there's, Combined plasma fire and bolt rifle fire from the Primaris Marines just wiped out those Chaos Space Marines there. Now we're moving around here and everything is pretty much in range of your Warlord. This attack bike took him down to 1 wound remaining. Now we're opening up with the last attack bike on the Dark Apostle. Let's kill me a Warlord. Multi-mortal, he stood still. That's a hit. Wounds on a 2. That's a wound. Do you have a save on him?
I have 4 up save from my Sigil of Corruption.
You need it. No. And this does... Oh
he
yeah, because he had 1 wound
left.
left. That is Slay the Warlord. So after the Warlord, the Dark Apostle of the Word Bearers fell. Then they all turned their firepower at the Sorcerer over here. And he's dead too. The first in command and second in command dead. After the shooting phase up this end of the table, the Grand Master and Sagan Mir made it into combat with these Chaos Space Marines, clearing every single one out, except 1. 1 hangs in there firm, and that's the end of my turn 5. I do get this objective and this objective down here for 2 points. And Psychological Warfare, you lost 7 guys, so even if you rolled a 1 plus 7 is 8, and they would fail. So that's 3 points for me, putting me 3 points in the lead before we go into your turn 5. And you've got a Chaos Space Marine, an injured Forge Fiend, and a Hellblade. That's it.
Are you ready to throw in the towel yet?
I would never ever ask an opponent that, but do you want to throw in the towel?
Hell no.
Let's descend to turn 5, Chaos Space Marines. Here are the orders from High Command for the Word Bearers. Panicked voices coming over the Fox, telling them to defend Objective 4, 5 and dominate the battlefield, but they cannot complete these orders. Men are dying out there. It's the bottom of turn 5 and this is the way the world ends. The Forge Fiend turning around along with the Hellblade, Talons, Shooty... Anyway, they killed the Grand Master and the Nemesis Dread Knight Spite coming into effect there. Killed him before the other Grand Master, my Warlord, slew the last Chaos Space Marine and took this installation. We are in control of it. We are 3 points in the lead. And this is all the Word Bearers have left. They are hightailing it off the battle grid. It is a victory for the forces of the Imperium. The only Grey Knight that I have left on the battle grid is my Warlord over here. The rest of them fell. The rest of them died as heroes, defeating the demons that the word bearers brought to this fight. But the second company of the 13th, well, I think they did themselves proud. It was very close in the end. It was a very close game in the end, backwards and forwards and all over the place. What do you think, Paul? What's your thoughts?
I think every one of my guys who matters has escaped back into the warp. I think you've been drawn into this theatre. We've paid a meat price, but that's all it is. The demons can be resummoned, the machines reforged.
And they can come back again. I would be very interested in doing a part 2 to this tale, because nothing is as it seems with the word bearers. Nothing is quite simple and cut and dried. We're drawn to this planet. They seem to be massing their forces, seem to be amassing their armada. The Grey Knights came here and smashed a bunch of them and they've gone. But what is their end game? What was their real plan? Have we just been baited into a trap? I'd like to see you back again on the channel. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this battle report. Happy wargaming.